I'm tempted to go for surprise me.
Yeah, because it's a little fun and flirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprise me.
What do you recommend?
Oh, I can make you my favorite drink if you'd like. Yeah.
Sounds great. They turn and begin placing a large glass on the countertop.
Go on ahead and make yourself at home in the back room. I'll bring it through when it's ready.
What do you recommend is not the same as surprise me? Exactly! Like, the tone is different.
Yeah, definitely.
As you enter the back room, you see Ari is already sitting on a pile of cushions in front of one of the low tables at the far side of the room. They look up when they hear you approach.
Good morning, Butts McButts. Please join me. There's something about the fact that there's like 2 spaces in between Butts and McButts, and Butts is capitalized, but McButts is not capitalized. That just makes it even better to me.
They gesture to a pile of pillows on the opposite side of the table. You take a seat, crossing your legs in front of you.
You look a little nervous, Butts McButts.
Well, I haven't exactly had much luck calling my magic without something awful happening.
Trauma. That's why we are going to start really slow today with some basic exercises. Ari looks like someone tried to create the perfect face in The Sims and it went uncanny valley. A little bit, but do they have a septum piercing?
I think they do.
Yeah,
and several ear piercings.
Yes. The dangly, like, crystal thing. That's a vibe. To start, I'm going to try and see if I can guide you to help you locate the place within you where your magic resides.
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to see if my magic can reach out to yours. Ooh. You must have heard the saying, opposites attract?
Sure. Why is that relevant here?
Locate the place within me. Stop.
No.
Honestly, the
like,
face,
yeah.
it's the emoji that
Well,
has
like
been used.
when they said that, like, it made me think, like, so are you gonna, like, magic school bus shrink down and, like, go find the magic? Like
Oh, that is not what I was thinking at all.
No. I mean the second dirtier connotation. The dirty files.
I feel like it's a bit early in this magic story for the, like, shrinking and going inside someone's mind trope, but that is one of my favorite tropes. I feel like going inside someone's mind palace is one of my favorite tropes ever. I love that shit. In magic, that's not exactly true. Your magic seeks out magic. Not to sound too deep, but everything is connected, and magic is attracted to more magic. Spells cast are stronger when cast together. Magical creatures flock to areas of great power. They may not know why, but it's instinct.
So you'll use your magic to find my magic, is that right?
I think it might help you reach out on your own eventually. Here, hold my hands. It will help if we have a physical connection to one another.
Wink wink. Arrow reaches their hand across the table towards yours before taking your hand in theirs. It feels... Okay, this is where we decide if we want to fuck. Report Ari to HR.
Well, this is the thing, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like Ari, and I would be interested in maybe trying that if they weren't our teacher.
Yeah.
But I do feel kind of weird about it because of the fact that they're our teacher.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to lean towards awkward than kind of nice.
Yeah, me too. Because, yeah, I think in another playthrough where I picked another school of magic, and if I had that option, then I would totally try it out.
Yeah.
But...
Not now.
Not now, guys. It's don't try and fuck your teachers, guys.
Awk. It feels a little awkward to be holding someone's hands across the table.
Well, that's not
what's
we awkward
meant.
about it.
No. Ari's eyes are closed as they concentrate, which helps a little. You close your eyes and try to focus on something else.
Kind of nice and awkward are not mutually exclusive. I have never not felt awkward around a man I'm attracted to. I mean, yeah, true. Okay, so tell me if you feel this.
Oh my god. At first nothing happens. Then you begin to feel something at the exact places where Ari's hands touch yours. Soft at first, like buzzing on your skin as the hair on your arms raises. It feels like the static from a balloon as it travels up your arms. I can feel something.
It's magic. No. Good. Focus on where it's traveling.
You feel that strange static tingle move up your arms, over your shoulders, and down through your chest behind your sternum, where it becomes a deep vibration. I feel something in my chest.
This feels like schemotherapy.
I was gonna say it feels like Reiki.
Your magical core resides there. It's where your magical energy is stored. Do you even lift, bro? I go to the gym and work out my magical core. Can you feel my magic? It should feel different to your own. What does that mean, though? Like, if I knew nothing about magic, I'd be like, I don't know what...
Yeah, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
You concentrate on the vibrations in your chest. It's faint, but one of them you recognize as your own. It feels powerful and it rages like a storm, twisting and turning. You pull back instinctively and reach for the other one. It's warm, but not hot, like a midsummer breeze. You can almost see it behind your closed eyelids. It shines like starlight, soft and distant. I think I can feel the difference.
I'd like to try something now. Do you trust me? Do we trust them? I mean, we met them like 2 days ago. But
I feel like we trust them enough to let them be our teacher, so like...
Yeah, I
This
agree.
is an educational setting.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to be like, yeah, I trust you as my teacher to
Yeah.
show me the right path and not be weird. So yeah, sure.
Yes, of course. You are surprised by the speed in which you answer. We deliberated, excuse me.
I'll have you know.
But you know deep down that it's true. You do trust them.
Thank you, Butts McButts. I promise I will make sure you are okay. Nothing terrible is gonna happen.
Famous last words.
I know.
Ari squeezes your hands within their own reassuringly.
See this feather?
Yep. You nod your head. Ari places it on the table.
We are going to lift it. I want you to focus on willing it to lift. My power will do the rest. I am merely aiding yours. This is a very simple task, and your magic is directed by your willpower. You should be able to focus on wanting the feather to lift, and the magic will respond. This feather is from a crow. It's been in the air before. It remembers flying. Okay. All we are doing is reminding it.
The animism is back.
Yeah.
You stare at the dark glossy feather and imagine the bird it was from, the wind rushing over it as the crow soared and dived. You imagine the cool air brushing over it and under it. You feel Ari's magic respond to your call. It travels back down your arms, softly to your fingers where they join with Ari's. As the warmth of their magic reaches the tips of your fingers, the feather twitches, then it rises gently into the air, spinning gracefully.
Well done. Yay.
Ari beams at you proudly.
You just performed magic.
Yes.
Yay.
I did that?
Slay. You absolutely did.
We are girl bossing.
We are slay queening.
Yes.
We're doing
Game assisting. You feel elated. A smile breaks out across your face. Suddenly, you feel a rumbling deep in your chest. Hungry. Power like lightning. Not in the chest. Hungry for magic. Power like lightning, electric and volatile, shoots down your arms. A crackling sound as it reaches your fingers, and the feather begins to spin faster and faster, causing the wind to whip around you.
I'm airbending.
You break away from Ari, falling backwards away from the sharp wind.
Ba-ba-bum. 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 That's, for anyone who doesn't know what the fuck I'm doing, that's the theme from the Avatar State theme from Avatar The Last Airbender.
Ari does the same, shrinking away from the tornado, shielding their eyes with a hand. They look angry.
Yeah, they do.
The wind dies down as quickly as it came, leaving the feather to float down to the table. Where it was once pristine and shiny, now it is rather sad looking and messy.
We're trying our best.
Yeah, we just got excited. The silence is broken by Ari, who starts laughing. That's not funny, what was that?
I think you accidentally cooled your own magic. You must have been thinking about how happy managing to lift the feather made you, and I think your magic responded.
I didn't mean to.
It's fine, no one got hurt, and I think we figured out your main problem.
We have?
Butts McButts, I have no idea how you have been suppressing your magic, because you are incredibly powerful. No wonder crazy stuff happens every time you call your magic. It would be like shaking a bottle of champagne and popping the cork and expecting nothing to happen.
Oh.
But that's great news. Your problem's not your magic, it's just learning to control it. There is no actual problem with your magic except you haven't been using it. What I'm curious as to what like an actual problem with your magic would be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. What would that mean?
Whether you don't have enough of it, or whether you have a spiritual blockage.
Yeah, I don't know. It has nowhere to go and has been building up.
A strange weight that you hadn't even realized was there suddenly lifts off your shoulders.
There isn't anything wrong with you or your. This feels like it's being allegorical again.
Yeah,
right?
a little bit. You sigh with relief and blurt out before you can stop yourself. I thought there was something wrong with me.
Not at all. In fact, you're quite brilliant. I don't think I've met anyone with as much raw power as you. Maybe only the mayor.
I think I remember it being mentioned that the mayor is, like, really famous for her power, right?
Exactly. Just think of what you could do if you train properly. Okay, now, it's your turn on your own.
What?
You've just done it once, now try without my power.
What if I explode something?
You might, but luckily I'm a pretty adept magician and I'm here to supervise, so you'll be fine. Didn't our parents freak out over something like us turning the cat's fur a different colour?
Yeah.
And we were both like,
and like
that's not a huge deal.
Mildly teleporting up some stairs.
Yeah, and we were both like, that's not
huge.
Yeah, that's not like dangerous or freaky or warrants freaking out, so no wonder our character is like super traumatized over that. Why are all game protagonists so special? We're the game protagonists for people who are bad at everything like me. I was kind of briefly talking to a friend about this, of being one of the things I like about Cyberpunk 2077. That the protagonist you know how like most of the time RPG protagonists are like a chosen one or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Skyrim, Dovahkiin vibes. The protagonist V in Cyberpunk is just like a person who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, and got a Keanu in them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mediocre people representation matters. What was that visual novel you played about the school with disabled girls in it? I feel like that's a mediocre person.
Yes. In so many ways a mediocre person. Well, I feel like many visual novels have mediocre men as their protagonists.
Doki Doki
when you think
Literature
about
Club
it.
does as well.
Yeah. Yep.
I think Necropara does as well, but that's because it is kind of a porn game.
Yeah.
It's only kind of a porn game. I don't think I could play it on stream, but I don't think it's as bad as some actual porn games out there.
When you say bad, what do you mean?
Like explicit.
Oh, okay. You might, but
you read that bit. Sorry.
So.
Okay. Ari pulls out a new pristine feather and places it on the table.
Where are you getting all these feathers from, mate?
Did you like pluck a crow, or did the crow give it to you? They step back, giving you some space. You close your eyes like you've seen Ari do multiple times now, taking a deep breath and concentrating on slowing your breathing. You reach for your magic. It twists and turns inside you, that feeling like a storm is raging. You whisper under your breath, "Come on." You look at the feather and imagine it lifting. Your magic responds instantly. The feather shoots to the ceiling with a massive gust of wind.
Oh my gosh.
A tunnel of wind is blasting upwards, ripping the feather to shreds. Oh my god. As soon as you begin to think about stopping, the wind dies down and fragments of the feather fall back to the table. I don't know why, but like the image in my head is like when you're like level grinding in Pokemon and you take your like level 60 Pokemon back to Route 2 and like destroy a Starly
in like one move.
Yeah, like it only knew tackle and you just like used Hyper Beam on it.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, a little bit of overkill, but you did fulfill your brief.
I destroyed that feather when all you asked was that I lift it.
I appreciate that Ari is being cool about this.
Yeah. Because, like, it is pretty amazing that this
Yeah.
person has this power.
Yeah. And they're not making them feel bad about something that they literally, like, can't control, which I guess was the problem with the way that their parents were behaving.
Yeah, and they have a previous trauma around it.
Yeah. Yes, as I said, you are exceptionally powerful. Now we need to work on subtlety and finesse.
God, that's a mood.
But still, how do you feel now you've cast on your own?
Before you have time to even think, you hear the door to the back room open. Oh yeah, our surprise drink. Oh, or not. Theo rushes in.
Yeah, where is our drink?
Where's my drink? Where's Rhea?
Ari.
Is that your gruff man voice?
I'm gonna try and do a gruff man voice.
You definitely didn't kill those wild Pokemon by beating them up and leaving them fainted in the wild. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Butts McButts. Sorry. I need to borrow Ari. What is it, Theo?
Booty call.
Well, I need you to come and look at something in the forest. It's a sensitive matter, and I don't want to jump to conclusions. Would you come look? Of course.
Ari turns to you.
I don't know if you all heard that. That was my chest rumbling with magic.
Oh god, I'm not gonna live that down, okay. Wait till B gets here because I'm immediately bringing up the dirty files.
I'm sorry, Butts McButts. Today's lesson will have to end here. But I think we really made some progress here today. Theo, would it be possible to bring Butts McButts? I would love for them to see some real magic at work if possible. I'm not sure. I just realized that Theo has one of those tattoos that's just like
just like a band.
a band. I can vouch for them.
I have noticed the giant crotch patches in the trousers.
Yeah. I did not. Also, what are your favorite and least favorite Starburst
I
flavors?
only eat the orange ones, so any other flavor is up for grabs.
Okay.
This is why we always have an excess of Starburst in my house, because I will buy a full sharing bag and only eat the orange ones and then just be like,
It's the only ones I don't like are the purple ones.
Mm.
Like, I can still, like, eat them at a stretch, but I don't really like them. You'll have to promise to keep your cool. I can't keep an eye on you at all times. I'm a ranger, not a babysitter. Angie. I am Angie. That is a little rude.
That's a little rude.
That is
yeah,
a little,
we
I'm
had
not
a
afraid to
nice,
say that.
like, heartfelt conversation with him over coffee.
Yeah, and now he's being like...
Now he's being a dick.
Yeah, where's that coming from? It's a little rude.
Is this because we didn't pick you?
Maybe.
That's a little rude. I don't need a babysitter. I can look after myself.
Good to hear. Theo sometimes talk before he thinks he means well. I'm sure he just means he doesn't want you to get hurt. We should go now. Hey, gamers!
Hey, Henry! We are.
Sorry, I ate a Starburst at the worst possible time. Of course. Lead the way.
Just as you stand to leave, Rhea walks in and sees you all about to leave. Their shoulders slump and they turn back towards the cafe floor.
No! I was gonna be like, there's a surprise drink.
Yeah, she yells over her shoulder. Okay, so she is a she-they. I was trying to remember her pronouns.
I'm sorry. This hot piece of she there.
Yes.
Get it.
The fishnets poking out from above the jeans.
I'll put this in a to-go cup then, Theo. I didn't even order anything. I know. That's just how amazing I am. I made your favorite.
Theo rolls his eyes before heading after her. Ari smiles, shaking their head while leading you out of the back room to follow after Theo. Maybe the scene transition would be a good time to talk...
ha ha ha, shenanigans.
Yeah, would be a good time to talk about the fundraiser.
Oh, yes.
And also, we're both doing good, Henry. I'm feeling better now.
Yeah, sorry, I totally forgot that we have a fundraiser that we need to promote. To fundraise.
To do the fundraising.
To do the raising of the funds. So yes, we have an ongoing fundraiser for MAP, or Medical Aid for Palestinians. And basically, MAP is a really amazing group that does work particularly on the ground in Palestine, in the occupied Palestinian territories, primarily because basically the situation in the OPT, or occupied Palestinian territory, so that's East Jerusalem, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip, is that Israel has like complete control over what goes in and out of these areas, and pursues policies of basically like de-developing these areas and their infrastructure. So because of kind of consistent siege and blockade, people are both kind of like in this military occupation being kind of injured and in need of medical attention, but then because of kind of the blockade and the restrictions on their freedom of movement, they're not able to access good quality medicine in kind of the OPT because of like the de-development, but then they can't leave the OPT and like go to Israel, like 48 to Israel, to like access better medical attention. So it's a really, really difficult situation, and MAP does some amazing work getting medical attention to people who are really, really in need of it in Palestine. So they do amazing work, and we wanted to do what we can to help a little bit to raise some money for them. So we have an ongoing fundraiser. Our goal is £250 by the end of the year.
Yes.
And yeah, we just kind of figured that we would do it as an ongoing fundraiser because we know that we're not that big, but every little helps.
Yeah. I don't know whether I have alerts on here, but I hope I do, because it is a very good gif of Hatsune Miku that will come up if someone donates. But if not, I will put it on at some point. I can't remember if it needs an extra browser extension.
Yeah,
but
we'll fix that for next time if needed, and you'll get the fun GIF as a reward.
Yeah.
if you donate to MAP. But yeah, and we've got some commands that you can put in the chat, right? To get more info on that.
So I already put !Palestine, which will give you our special donation link. It's a Streamlabs charity link, and all the money goes directly to MAP. And then if you put !BDS, and you will get some links to the BDS movement official website, which sort of highlights the like priority boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaigns at the moment, and also more information on the Palestinian struggle as a whole at Decolonize Palestine. Both very useful resources.
Yeah, so if you have money to give them, we really appreciate it. And if not, then do spread the word to people you know who might have money to spare, because it's a really worthy cause.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me, Dad. And on that note,
we're in a forest now with some crystals. Theo leads Ari and you into the forest, further in than you really care to go, given his warnings the day before. As the forest gets denser, the tree trunks get thicker. They appear more gnarled and much older. The crystals protruding from the ground and branches are larger and glow brighter in the dimness that the canopy above provides.
Here's what I wanted to show you.
Theo waves his hand towards a collection of large leafy plants. Ari moves closer, and you follow their lead. Ari mutters under their breath.
What is this?
The leaves are covered in a black tar-like substance, some of it dripping gelatinously onto the forest floor. That's a very good word.
I do not like that.
Ugh, gross.
But clearly it invoked a very good word.
There is something familiar about the icky substance, but you can't quite place it.
You've not seen BoJack Horseman, have you?
I've seen like 2 episodes.
Okay.
Too depressing.
Then I won't spoil anything, but there's an episode, like, I think the episode before the end, where there's like it just immediately made me think of that episode.
Okay.
Anyone who has seen it might know what I'm talking about. Hi, Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hello. I've never seen anything like it. At first, I thought it might be some sort of plant bacteria or fungus.
Oh, Evelyn redeemed a hydrate. I finished my tea.
Oh yeah, we should have got you some water. Hold on, I have some water over there, but I'm gonna BRB and get like a glass of water for Dad.
I'm gonna see if I can make sure that we have alerts on here. This is gonna be a fun admin time.
Are you trying to get
it's there. I'm trying to make sure that we have Hatsune Miku.
a very worthy cause?
Yes.
Daz is being.
Thank you for the resub. A whole year.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay.
12 months, a whole year of being subscribed to Game Assist.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much. That means the world to us. It really
means
does.
so much. Okay, so now, wait, I should open that again and do a test.
So that everyone can see the fun gifts that you will get if you donate to MAP using our link.
A linky.
I can't wait to see this actually. Yes, Miku is running to to deliver medical aid to Palestine.
Yes. So if you donate any amount of money, this applies for literally any donation amount.
Like £1
Yeah.
would do it.
Using our link,
Which is in chat now.
then you will get the good Miku. I'm so glad that you've seen that now because I was really proud of it.
It's very good. Thank you for doing
Also,
that.
hi Bug. You're meant to be doing stuff on a farm. Why are you watching our silly stream? Evelyn said, my Saturday is pretty okay. I had a lion and now I'm just chilling with some coffee. That sounds nice.
That sounds like a very good time. Also, congratulations on getting a job offer.
Yeah. I miss Evelyn so much. Okay, back to the gelatinous fungus.
Sorry, once again I ate a Starburst when I was supposed to be reading my lines. I'm such a bad actor.
We're looking for seeds. Oh, exciting. And I can redeem my hydrate now.
Also, I don't have like loads of range, but I do love doing silly voices. So if there are any characters that you think would fit like a Valley Girl voice or
Melody.
Melody? You think? Yeah, I think that could work. Okay.
Even actually, no. It might be more fitting for Fern.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. But like, yeah. So like, Fern is like a lovable Valley Girl. Or a Boston accent. Because I love doing that. I don't know how good it is, so I feel
it's
like
entertaining.
but it is entertaining. So and those are my voices that I can do that I really enjoy doing. I don't have much range. I'm not an actor.
I'm so bad at voices. I can't even bring my own native accent back. I can't like up
Essex,
the Essex
yeah.
without being around at least 3 people from Essex at the same time.
Rest in peace. It'll take a while, but I'm looking forward to being back. We're looking forward to seeing you. Okay. Music in my ear. I've never seen anything like it. At first, I thought it might be some sort of plant bacteria or fungus. Also, I think they're all British, but I don't care anymore. When I couldn't find anything that matched in my books, I thought of you, Ari.
That's gay. Yeah, what is this?
Their little pose. Are they, you know? British.
Congrats on finding the seeds.
You know more about foreign flora than I do. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Cool, blimey.
I'm afraid I haven't. I'm sorry. Ari just gets to be normal.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can read anything from it. Maybe an aura or biosignature of some kind. Biosignature?
Oh my gosh.
Alright, fancy.
Ari's eyes close and they reach their hands out towards the Ica. You feel the buzzing sensation fill the air, but this time you can recognize the warm feeling of Ari's magic. Pale blue light shines around Ari's outstretched hands and you watch as they scrunch their eyebrows together in frustration.
I, like, a person that I used to live with that is still a very good friend of mine, like, I feel like we kind of bring out a very silly side in one another, and we were, like, at a point where just very randomly, like, if we were hanging out and watching TV, you know, like someone would offer to make a cup of tea at one point, but it would always be like, would you like a cup of tea? Do you want a cup of tea? You fancy a cup of tea? You want sugar with that? I don't really know why, but it was just, we would just do silly little voices all the time. And
Very good.
It's good. I'm afraid I can't get a read on it.
You notice Ari's hands shake a little.
Have you taken a sample of it to Maggie? I didn't think of that. They might be able to use some kind of potion to identify it. They also use so many ingredients. Maybe they've seen something like it.
Potion seller. I'm going into battle. I require only your strongest potions. You cannot handle my potion. I watched it again recently.
I don't remember the lines. I'm always impressed by your ability to remember the lines, but... Potion seller.
Me and Bug were doing this thing where we were watching it, but we were like, we need to make a version of it where each time they repeat the interaction, more bees get added. It's like, I'm going into battle and I require only your strongest potions. You cannot bandle my potions.
What is this, an Arab version? You cannot handle my finest potions. That's a great idea.
Ari's eyebrows knit together and they shake their head as if they are trying to rid themselves of a headache. Ari, are you okay?
They just can't handle the potions. I'll be fine. It just took a little bit more energy than I thought it would. I had that too when I tried to get a read. I thought I was just tired.
Potions.
Potions. But if it's making you feel like that too, I don't think this stuff is good news. I don't know why Theo is a frat boy now.
It's because he was mean to us.
Man.
A shiver runs down your spine. Should we be worried about it?
Not just yet. Let's stay optimistic. Ari's right. We can figure this one out between us, I'm sure.
Theo uncorks a flask that he has pulled out of his bag. Carefully, he lets some of the substance drip into the container from the tip of the leaf.
Ick.
Ugh.
I think I should take this straight to the mayor instead. I don't trust her.
No.
Verona will want to know about this, and I think as few people as possible, sorry guys, should be handling it.
Having packed away the sample into his bag, Theo leads you back through the woods and into town, leaving you on the outskirts of the high street to head towards the mayor's office.
We're just like a weird little town of American magicians in the UK.
Yeah.
For some reason.
That's what's happening.
That's it.
Ari walks you back to the cafe.
I'll leave you here, Butts McButts. I think I need to sit down with a relaxing cup of something warm. You did exceptionally well today. We can keep training this week and see if we can figure out how to tap into your power properly.
Ari waves as they step back into the cafe. How is this a wave? I forgot about Butts McButts.
It's part of the game, it's just canon.
How could you forget Butts McButts? You head back towards home. After your first lesson, you continue to meet with Ari to practice the basics of controlling your magic.
Oh, thank God they're doing like a bit of a skip.
Yeah. By the end of the week, you're able to lift the feather using your own magic, although it took a few lessons with you almost blowing the feather apart before you learnt how to rein in your power. You are feeling better than ever, and the routine is making you feel more at home in the town. Living with Maggie and Fern is full of laughs, and the residents of Witchy, that's the name of the place,
Witchy,
are going out of their way to make you feel welcome.
That's okay, Charlotte.
Yeah, just take it easy. Don't worry. With your first week over, you find yourself sitting in the kitchen. Maggie drops a white envelope with a black and gold wax seal onto the table.
Mm-hmm. That one is addressed to you. That one is addressed to you, dear. Sorry, that's it. That's the voice.
That's her voice now. You see Maggie opening an identical looking envelope. You reach across the table and begin to tear into the letter. You pull out a thick card with beautiful swirling handwriting in matte black ink. Sorry.
Matte black lipstick. Imagine you got a letter from someone that was written in lipstick.
Oh
I would
God.
kind of think that they wanted to murder me, but like in a sexy way.
That's very L words.
Yeah. Oh, that too.
Yeah. You are cordially invited to join the mayor at the annual town picnic, followed by the date, time, and place to meet.
Wow. I do feel like the mayor is someone who would handwrite letters to everyone in town to invite them to her party in matte black lipstick.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. I do love it when the town gets together.
With the picnic only 2 weeks away, you spend your days practicing your magic with your tutor. With each lesson, you are managing to control your power more and more.
Wow, that's abrupt.
Yeah. Time skip.
Achievement unlocked. Student of literature. That's me.
Oh my gosh, look at this outfit.
Mm?
This is new. The morning of the picnic arrives. Fern has spent the morning baking while you watch on from the kitchen table. You've been relegated to buttering the bread and assembling sandwiches to stay out of the way while Fern whizzes around the kitchen.
Respectfully, I am looking.
Yeah. Fern is such a slay,
She
indeed.
is slay.
Maggie enters with an armful of glass bottles with multicolored liquid inside them. Oh, are you taking potions to the picnic?
Motions to the big nick?
They laugh merrily.
No, dear. These are just fizzy drinks I make myself. Lemonade, raspberry, and a particular favourite of mine, elderflower.
Elderberries.
They are very refreshing on a sunny day like today.
Fern bounces over to the table to put down a rather large box now containing a freshly iced cake.
And I'm done.
Gonna be busy with stuff, but have fun with stream. Enjoy lurking. We still don't have a lurk command, but I will give you a lurky boy. I need to make a lurk command.
Yeah, it's okay. We can do that for next stream. Lovely. Let's pack up these let's pack these up in the hamper and get on our way.
Maggie pulls out a large picnic basket from one of the cupboards and begins to load the bottles into it carefully.
Butts McButts, are you meeting Ari at the picnic today?
Yes, they will be meeting us there.
Oh, I do hope they bring some chamomile tea. I've been getting these awful migraines recently, and their blend of tea always seems to help. I hope Rhea brings those little macaroon things like she made at Christmas time last year.
That's so perfect for her.
And the fact that those are the two voices that I'm going
You're
to.
having to switch between them.
Oh, this is really testing my range, guys. If this works out, then maybe I'll go for voice acting. Maybe that's been my life calling this whole time. Maybe don't eat so many that you feel sick this time. No promises.
The picnic spot is a short walk through the village towards the outskirts of the forest. A short walk up...
Thank you. I'm here all week. Thank you for the compliment on my voices.
A short walk uphill gives you a spectacular view over some of the surrounding countryside. A small gazebo has been erected over a long table where food has been laid out. Ari is unpacking a teapot and an assortment of small gadgets from a bag. They stand up when they see you and walk towards your group.
This is like Fern's outfit is such is so extra for like a little picnic, and I am
Yeah.
I love how extra this is for like just a little picnic. With
Maggie's
your
wearing
friends.
what she always wears.
Yeah. I mean, Ari's outfit is cute too, but Fern is wearing like she looks like she wants to fuck, but she's just going on a little picnic with her friends.
Yeah.
And I love that for her. I can't think of gazebos without thinking of the Dread gazebo.
What's the Dread gazebo?
I don't know, but I that's powerful.
Because it just makes me think of Gazebo Kids.
Yeah, me too. Hi everyone. You're here early, Ari. Well, it's best to get the butterfly tea boiling and brewing before so that it can cool for iced drinks later.
That better not have actual butterflies in it.
Yeah, that seems...
That's concerning.
Fern is the girl who's always overdressed at the function, and I love that so much. It's a sleigh. It's...
Yeah.
She's a girl boss. You don't know the tale of Eric and the Dread Gazebo?
No.
We do not. Please recount the tale of Eric and the Dread Gazebo if you so wish. Make sure to put anything you have brought over on the table so that people can help themselves.
It's a classic TTRPG story.
Ah.
They gesture at the long table covered by a gazebo with foods and drinks displayed on it.
Thanks for the heads up, Ari. I'm gonna check out what everyone else has brought. Fern, checking out does not mean tasting everything before the picnic starts.
Maggie follows after Fern. Ari turns back to you.
I was a little worried about the mayor throwing the annual picnic after what Theo brought in from the forest the other day.
Did the mayor figure out what that stuff is?
Not yet.
But she still wanted to go ahead with the picnic?
I don't think she wants to get the village involved until she has to. Some people can get in quite a panic here in Wycherley. Some of the older residents have dealt with a lot in their lifetimes. Best not to upset them. I'm glad she decided to let it go ahead. I love seeing the village come together. I've been getting these blurry visions of the future recently, and they have me quite on edge. Between that, managing the cafe, and our lessons, it's been a busy time.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, Butts McButts, it's not you. Our lessons are one of my favourite times of the day. Aw. I think I'm worrying about nothing, really. Everyone's busy, not just me. I should just get on with it, right? No, man. You're allowed to feel shitty about that. The short version is it's about a guy who tried to pick a fight with a gazebo not knowing what it was. Like the inanimate object of a gazebo.
Oh, I guess if you're playing a TTRPG, you might think, and you haven't heard the word gazebo before, you might think it's a creature.
Lol. And then the DM just decided it was now a super powerful person eating gazebo and killed the player. That's so funny. The DM then explained what a gazebo did and redid the scene.
That's so good.
That is very good.
I think we should reassure. What would try to understand involve?
That's interesting because I was thinking, what's the difference between? Well, I understand what the difference is, but I guess maybe. I don't know, maybe try to understand could be good, because it could be, like, asking more about, like, you know, what's going on and why they feel that way, instead of
just being like, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Do you need anything from me? I know you're doing a lot right now, and teaching me can't be easy. Is there something I should be doing to help more?
No, not at all. Butts McButts, just being a friend and listening is more than enough.
People from the village start to arrive and place the various dishes they have brought with them on the table. The picnic blankets that have been arranged along the hillside start to fill up, and as you look around you realise they've all been taken.
Oops, I guess we got distracted.
Fern and Theo sit on a blue checked blanket not far from where you and Ari are standing. Theo sees you looking and pats the spot on the blanket next to him, gesturing that there is space. Movement catches the corner of your eye and you turn to look for the source. Maggie and Melody are sat in deep discussion. Melody begins waving emphatically at you from a deep mauve picnic blanket where she sees you looking.
We seem to be pretty popular. Who do you want to sit with?
Melody.
Melody and Maggie, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Had enough of Theo.
Yeah, I don't really care for Theo. I do care for Fern.
Yeah.
But I feel like Maggie and Melody as a pair is better, definitely.
Yeah. I think we should sit with Maggie and Melody.
Sounds good.
You make your way over to the picnic blanket that Melody and Maggie are sitting on. It also means we get to hear more of your old lady voice. Oh, that's a cute dress! Melody has several notebooks laid out on the blanket.
Do you think Melody should have a voice? I don't know what that voice would be.
I think she's fine just having a normal voice.
Okay.
You're giving yourself too much work.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, you two. We're just planning for next month's book club. Just ignore the books. I'm so glad to see everyone coming together to enjoy our slice of paradise.
Melody also overdresses for the function.
And I love that for her.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is slightly less overdressing for the function. This could be like a cute summer dress.
Yeah,
I guess
feel
it's
this
not
feels
a
bit more
boned
casual
corset.
than- yeah. But I think it's so slay. I think
Yeah.
it's so slay.
She's
to
just
wear a
high
boned
femme all
corset.
the time.
Yeah. I just think that wearing a corset to anything is like,
That's so much dedication.
and I love that. And like anyone who is like that, has my immediate respect.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did see my friend Jasmine from book club. She was supposed to help with the planning. I haven't seen Rhea either, and normally she comes with you, Ari. Yeah, where's your hot relative? Question mark.
Employee?
Employee? They look alike.
Yeah.
Kind of, maybe. They have like the same color palette and like similar skin tone and hair.
Yeah.
So I assumed.
Oh yeah, of course you meant it positively, Charlotte. Don't worry.
Yeah, no.
I'm a Lolita. I always overdress for the function.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing negative about overdressing for
No.
the function, but I think that Melody's dress is a bit more, like, I would say that's a bit more casual
Yeah.
than what Fern is wearing.
Yeah, and especially compared to like Melody's everyday stuff, she's just high femme all the time.
It is very picnic.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is very, very cute dress for a picnic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ari looks a little sad when Melody mentions Rhea.
We went to pick her up from her flat to walk here with her, but she wasn't feeling well.
Oh no.
Aw. I was really looking forward to seeing her.
Just then, a hush falls over the residence. You turn to see the mayor has taken a spot in full view of the blankets and has raised a glass of champagne. I can take evil lady if you want.
I feel like she needs an evil voice.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to do it, you don't. There's no pressure.
she's just dramatic as hell. Welcome, residents of Witchy, to our annual picnic gathering. I am proud to be your mayor. Standing here looking at your smiling faces reminds me why we work so hard to protect our magic and keep our people safe from the prejudice and harm of the outside world. Sounds a bit culty. Most of you will know by now that our little community has grown by an extra member recently.
That's us.
Where is Butts McButts? Come on, stand up! Oh no. Very head teacher energy, actually.
If someone put me on the spot like that, I'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
You stand up and wave awkwardly to everyone else staring at you. Ah, there you are. Come on up here with me. And Ari, you should come up too. You wait for Ari to stand and then the two of you make your way to the front of the picnic blankets towards the mayor. Ari smiles encouragingly at you. Ari has taken on Butts McButts as their student, so we will soon have a new divination magician in the village. How exciting.
I have bad vibes about her because she kind of gives me she kind of gives me maybe Emperor Bellos vibes, in that like I have a feeling that like based on what she was talking about, Emperor Bellos is like the main antagonist of the Owl House for anyone who doesn't know.
Which you have just reminded me I still need to finish. Or get caught up with.
And his like part of his whole thing is like telling people that they can't practice any kind of magic. They have to like lock their magic in and dedicate to a specific school, and anyone who breaks that is like breaking the law and will get sent to the conformatory and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So she, based on the conversation that I think that as far as I remember we had in the last stream, was like pressuring us to commit to a school of magic, and she was saying all of this stuff about us contributing to society.
Yeah, which is I think where I probably mentioned Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Because of the really fun thread through Thomas the Tank Engine about the fear of not being a really useful engine and getting sent to the scrapyard if you're not really useful.
Yep.
If anyone hasn't seen it, watch Tom Scar's video, I guess it's a video essay, deep dive video into Thomas the Tank Engine. It explains a lot.
Anti-capitalist slay.
Yeah. It is a weird thread. I'd never, like, I grew up watching Thomas the Tank Engine. I'd never thought about it until I watched this video, and I was like, damn, that really is just right there.
There's a lot of stuff you watch as a kid and you don't really necessarily deep right away.
Yeah.
Like, the meaning of that, but...
A few people smile and clap politely. You hear Fern whoop and clap enthusiastically, and Theo gives you an encouraging thumbs up.
Yes! That's me, my impression of Fern in the crowd.
Yeah. I used to have all the old Thomas books and they are dark. The guy who wrote them was super depressed, I believe.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was also super Christian.
Huh.
And for some reason really against diesel engines. So, like, there's this whole... I've also recently watched the Bullet Train movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. It's very funny.
I've heard that, yeah.
But there's a character in that who, like, groups people's personalities into different, like, train character archetypes, and is like, the evil guy is the diesel.
Wow.
And yeah, there's like a whole plot line in Thomas the Tank Engine that for some reason on the island that they all live on, they're all steam trains, but like everywhere else in the world, steam trains like aren't used anymore, and it's all diesel engines. And so whenever diesel engines come to this like magic island that's in a alternate dimension, which is established in a movie that's apparently canon, they're like, we need to get rid of you because you're gonna replace us. Because like diesel engines are obviously a lot safer and more efficient than steam.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, this guy was just like a big train fan, so he was like, I'm gonna demonize diesel engines, because the books were written in like, I want to say the 40s or 50s. But yeah, it's a trip.
Damn. I didn't know that Thomas the Tank Engine was that deep.
Yeah.
When I think of Thomas the Tank Engine now, I mostly think of that, like, have you seen that remix on YouTube of the theme song with my neck, my back, my pussy, my crack? I think that's
I feel like
rap.
I feel like I must have
One
come
of
across
those
it
two.
at some point. The Thomas theme song is very good to like meme remix.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, now why don't you give us a demonstration of what you've been learning?
What?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's my immediate reaction.
Gonna have a mid-shift nap. Hope the stream goes well. Thank you, Berg. What? Here right now? Why not? Come on, show us what you've learned.
She's bad vibes.
Yeah.
She's bad vibes.
Again, we've been here like 3 weeks at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably pretty boring for all of you, though. I'm only a few weeks into training and I'm still on the basics. Everyone here had to start there too. I've also never performed magic in front of this many people. I'm sure you'll be fine. Aria's been teaching you. Surely you don't want to let them down now. Awful. It's at this point Ari interjects. They step closer and lower their voice so only you and the mayor can hear.
No matter what happens, you will not be letting me down. I want you to understand that.
Oh, bless. Ari, surely you believe in Butts McButts and their abilities. Unless you don't and you think they will mess it up.
You suck, lady.
Look at this face. Again with the, I think she's goth Sue Sylvester. It's the pantsuit and the like Karen haircut.
So real. I wish that she was in like just a
tracksuit.
Yeah. Right now.
Goth
tracksuit.
tracksuit.
And imagine if it was like a goth tracksuit, but she still had the necklace.
Oh
but, like,
my
on top
god,
of it.
yes.
Work. I believe in Butts McButts fully and completely.
Then it's settled. What spell will you be performing for us all today? I guess the only one I know. I can only lift a feather. Ari rummages in a bag they have with them and pulls out a familiar looking feather, like the ones you've been using for training. Why do you just have these?
They just have feathers. Like, you know the video game thing of like people like where do these characters store everything? They just like pull shit out of their ass.
Yeah, I mean,
Ari's...
at least this establishes that Ari has a bag, but it's a magic bag.
A magic bag with feathers in it. It's
a Mary Poppins bag.
But like the animation,
the
animation made me be like, he just pulled a feather out. They just pulled a feather out their ass.
Yeah.
I brought some with me in case you wanted to practice later. Okay.
That's them being like, I assure you, I had no idea that the mayor was going to do this.
I don't just have feathers.
Pulled a feather out of hammer space. Thanks, Ari. Ari places the feather onto the ground in front of you. The mayor takes a step back, giving you your space. You pause for a second, looking around at the crowd who are now waiting expectantly. You take a deep, calming breath, steadying the shaking that has started in your hands. You concentrate on the feather on the floor in front of you. Just like you have been practicing, you reach for your magic, that wild, raging storm inside you. Your fingertips begin to glow. You focus your will on lifting the feather into the air. Lift, be light, move, fly.
Be the leaf.
Go web. For a second, nothing happens. You can feel your magic. It's swirling just on the ends of your fingers, but nothing is happening. You shoot a glance at Ari, who watches you patiently. Help, you think in your mind. It only takes that one thought, that loss of focus. A cloud of smoke begins to billow around you, clouding your vision of the picnic. There in front of you, as the smoke dissipates, is... Ooh! We get to call a little friend!
What is a cockatiel?
It's a type of bird. They're very nice birds.
Okay.
So they're all birds.
Yeah, okay, so they're all birds. Well, I feel like this is probably symbolic, right?
Somewhat, probably,
Maybe a little bit.
I feel like the type of animal we're given is probably dependent on the teacher that we picked.
Yeah, maybe.
And the fact we've been working with feathers.
Yes. I mean, I'm a big fan of an owl or a raven. They're good birds, I like them.
Yeah, cockatiels are also good, but would look very out of place in a English village.
I'm gonna Google what a
You've
cockatiel looks
probably seen one before. They're like in the same sort of family as like parakeets.
Oh, little guys.
Yeah, they're really cute.
Little silly little hairdos. Yeah.
Raven sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, should we pick a raven?
Ravens are a vibe.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Raven.
Okay.
Bird bestie.
Bird bestie. Bestie.
There on the ground, looking slightly bewildered, is a large shiny black bird.
That raven was just minding its own business.
And then got
we
like
just...
teleported in.
Yeah, for real. I don't know what to make of that reaction, buddy. Oh. A raven.
You look closer at the raven and realize that it's holding the feather in its front claws. Did you summon this creature? No? Well, I don't think so.
Butts McButts, what were you thinking of just before the smoke appeared?
I was focusing on lifting the feather like we do in training. You realize as you say it that this isn't entirely true. And when the feather didn't lift straight away, I looked at you and thought about asking for help.
Can I see him?
Of course. Ari scoops up the raven. Oh, okay, well this hand makes sense now for holding a bird.
Yeah, for holding the bird and like all of the... I feel like it's just this stock thing for like posing, but then also they can hold things in their hand with it. Which is fair enough. Because they were holding the feather in their hand like that before.
2. Well, I think we can end the demonstration there, don't you think, everyone? Jeez.
You started this, you bitch.
Yeah. Verona steps up beside you and addresses the crowd who are silently watching, some with shocked expressions on their faces. Suddenly the villagers start clapping. Yes, congratulations, Butts McButts, on your familiar. I don't understand.
It takes a lot of power to summon a familiar. Some magicians never manage it.
Butts McButts, you will be an excellent addition to this village. Please, you must keep me informed of your progress. I think we have a world-class magician on our hands.
I don't vibe with being called a magician.
No, I had noticed that they were saying magician. And I'm like, they're witches.
Yeah. I don't know, like... I don't know, I feel like magician kind of has a vibe of like... You know, like someone who does like performance magic.
Yeah. There was an episode of She-Hulk that was kind of about someone who does like stage magic.
Yeah.
Who've gotten hold of a sling ring, which is what the people from Doctor Strange use to like do magic, and there was a lawsuit between the two about like, this is not real magic and you're endangering people.
Lol.
But it was an accident. Mayor Verona ignores you as she begins to talk over you.
Wow.
And right here in our little village, such power. Imagine what they can accomplish. Ari catches your eye and nods their head towards a spare blanket.
Let's go somewhere to talk.
You place yourself down on the blanket facing Ari, who still has the raven perched on their hand.
You probably have a few questions, am I right? Go on, ask me anything. I mean, I think we know what a familiar is.
Yeah.
So, Verona is super sus, you're right.
Yeah. Sussy Baka.
I feel like either what just happened or why is everyone excited?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know what familiar is, we don't need to ask that. I don't know. I am kind of interested in why everyone is excited because, like, I feel like, yeah, there's something weird going on, right?
Yeah, like, this shouldn't have a bearing on everyone else's lives. It's just us being able to do something.
Yeah, but there's like a weird, like, cult, like, vibe, maybe, going on. I don't know. Sus among us. Among us.
Among us. There's, like, little bits of, like, hot fuzz energy I'm getting from this.
How do you mean?
Just because it's, like, a picturesque, tiny British village with something mysterious going on through the people in power.
Yeah.
It's for the greater good.
I haven't seen that film in a long time, but I do vaguely remember that being
It's been... Yeah, slightly hot fuzz energy. Like, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but it is one of my favourites. Why is everyone excited? Why is everyone so excited about what I did?
So, when you started to worry and you thought about asking for help, I think your magic brought you some help. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think you summoned this bird to help you.
Because I think we were probably, like, aiming to, like, say we needed help to, like, Ari's magic or something. And this happened instead.
Yeah, I guess that, like, because the intention and the desire was for help, the magic, like, manifested that as, like, familiar.
But I didn't mean to.
I know, that's why the mayor is so excited. She sees how powerful you are. You are doing things instinctively without even meaning to. Imagine what you're going to be able to do when you are fully trained and can control your power. You are incredibly special, Buds McBuds. I don't want to be.
No, so I summoned... Wait, does he have a name?
He most certainly will need one.
I think I'll call him...
I don't love any of these.
No. I was hoping it was going to be an open text box.
Yeah, me too. I was like hoping that we could choose a name from scratch and then
name it Valravin.
I don't really like any of these, so I don't care that much.
Hedge is kind of cute.
Yeah?
I feel like it's the least, like Edgar is obviously a Edgar Allan Poe reference. Polly and Tweedy are, like, both, like, stereotypical bird names. Hedge just sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. Let's go with Hedge, then.
I think Hedge is a good name for him.
It suits them. You did really well today. I know it wasn't what you expected, but you are turning out to be really exceptional.
You look around at the picnic. The villagers have stopped staring so much and are now back to chatting and enjoying the food and drink. I guess I'm just finding it hard to keep up with all this new information. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing and everyone else seems to know something I don't. That is very much the vibe.
Yeah, definitely. I felt the same way when I started to learn magic. I'm not sure if I shared this with you, but my mum is a rather famous oracle.
Ooh, backstory.
People travel from all around to hear her visions and prophecies. My visions can be kind of unreliable, and I've always struggled with seeing visions even when I shouldn't, whereas she has total control. I don't know about this whole total control thing. Like, if magic were real, like, in this way, then, like, can you ever be totally in control of magic?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
would anyone ever really have control of it? And also, what is wrong with doing things instinctually?
Yeah, like, what is... Obviously, like, you want to have some, you know, control over, like, you know, you don't want to hurt people and stuff like that. But I think that there's something about, like, wanting control or, like, mastery over magic, which is, like... I think that you can read that in a certain way, right? Because it kind of... I guess that it's kind of reminiscent of, like, the way that people want, like, mastery or control over nature.
Yeah, especially as, like, you kind of... In this sort of world, you would see magic as, like, a force of nature.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, and of course we know that, like, control and mastery over nature are, like, philosophies that are central to capitalism and colonialism.
Yeah.
So... Oh, and Charlotte's saying, I feel like having control over magic sounds like a very patriarchal concept as well. And I definitely can see that, especially because of the way that, like, nature and, I guess in this extension, magic can be feminized.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like all of this talk of, like, gaining total control and mastery over our magic is a bit...
Yeah, it's like, why would you want to control something when you instead could, like, learn to work with it?
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah. I guess, and I guess that's actually kind of, I feel like the whole control thing sits in tension with what Ari is also saying about this whole idea of, like, everything is connected and stuff like that. Because, you know, like, these philosophies about how, every living thing is connected and we have to live in symbiosis with animals and the earth and stuff, which is central to, like, many, like, philosophies, especially, like, across indigenous cultures, like, is part of that is kind of accepting that nature is not something that you can control.
Yeah, a lot of it, like, I've been, you know, learning more about various folk practices and stuff, and, like, various forms of paganism from, like, all over the world all have these central tenets of, like, you know, we're not controlling nature, we're just working with it and asking it to help us if we help it. And then, like, when more sort of when we sort of moved away from, like, feudalism and into a more capitalist structure, then those beliefs started to be taken over by, like, more mainstream religions. And I'm trying to remember if Christianity has a sort of belief about man being more important than the rest of nature.
I don't know if it does, but I think that there's definitely a thread linked with kind of the rise of like, around the time that Western colonialism and imperialism started becoming a thing, which was, like, in the, you know, 1600s. There started to be this shift towards, like, Enlightenment philosophies, right?
Yeah.
So there was actually, like, a shift away from religion and towards these ideas of kind of, like, rational sciences or whatever. And that kind of philosophical turn was very in line with, like, the colonial capitalist project that was rising.
Yeah.
Because then because what that is about at its core, or, like, is at the core of that political project, is exploiting nature.
Yeah.
Right?
We
like,
seek to understand so that we can exploit and control.
Yeah, exactly. Like, creating kind of systems of knowledge in order to control people, and then that facilitates kind of the exploitation of natural resources and land and life. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of... I definitely personally don't feel, like, super equipped to have, like, theological debates about how Christianity may or may not be used to justify control over nature. That's definitely just something I don't know much about.
Yeah.
Because I think that's probably true to an extent, right? Because Christianity was still very entangled in, like... Because I'm familiar with, for example, with how, like, Christian philosophies were used to justify colonizing people.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
But I think with regards to Christianity, it definitely depends. I've gotten that vibe a bit in my Catholic education, but it's a lot stronger in certain Protestant communities, and particularly American evangelicals. Yeah, that checks out, I think. Like, I guess, like, an anthropocentric worldview is... Yeah.
It also ties in with the, like, you know, attempts to... And in lots of cases, like, successful attempts to, like, Christianize Native American communities as part of, like, colonizing their land. And that was seen as, like, a... You know, we're... bringing people religion so that they can become cultured and no longer be savage.
Yeah.
And, like, there are way more links to beliefs in the natural world in native religions than there are in Christianity.
Yeah, for sure, because you can even, like, look further back and think about how when Christianity was brought, like, to the British Isles, for example, like, and kind of the pagan traditions that existed here were suppressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm definitely not an expert in that particular aspect of Christianity, but yeah, that's interesting. Sorry.
In Catholicism, there's definitely a vibe of nature exists to be beautiful and demonstrate God's existence, which is very controlled to me.
Definitely a feminization of nature, yeah. So, very interesting stuff. I think that's something, that's a tension that I feel like is going on here.
Yeah.
For sure. I really thought I was useless there for a while, but it's taken a long time to see that what I can do is valuable to some.
Again, this, like, useless and useful, valuable to the community.
Yeah, like, you're only as valuable as what you can produce. A very, like, capitalist mentality, obviously.
As opposed to the vibe of God gave this to us, which is also definitely there, but again, more so in Protestants, which is more overt ownership. Yeah.
That's interesting, yeah, because, like, that idea of, like, oh, God gave this to us is also kind of centering humans.
Yeah.
Like, this exists for us, like, for our use, and I can see how that would be used to justify, like, exploitation.
When did you begin to feel like you had control?
I'm not sure if we ever feel like that. Melody helped me to see that my power of divination isn't the only part of me worth valuing. I have friends, and I love my life here.
I'm glad that they can see that a bit.
Yeah. I just feel like they're saying some slightly contradictory things.
Yeah.
But as you have proven today, there are still aspects of magic that are surprising. I think we're all still learning. None of us really knows what we're doing, and we may look like we do, but we don't. It's so true.
Yeah. I know you have Melody and Rhea, but you can add me to your list of friends.
Aww. Thanks for listening, Butts McButts. I'm glad to count on you as a friend.
It's just as Ari says this that you see Fern rushing over.
Butts McButts, we're heading home. Annie isn't feeling well.
Oh no, everyone's getting ill. Of course, just let me grab my familiar. Ari hands over Hedge to you, who snuggles down into your arms happily.
Aww. I hope Maggie is okay. She says it's just a cold, but I think she's been feeling dizzy all day. A few other people haven't shown up today. Maybe there's a flu going around. Coronavirus.
Coronavirus, but it's that black sludge.
Oh, great. You two make sure to look after Maggie and yourselves.
Thanks, Ari. I'll see you soon, okay?
Friends. Power. The real magic was friendship.
Mm-hmm.
What if the real magic was the friends we made along the way?
Fern, Maggie, and you head back towards town.
This is such a fuss. I'm so sorry to both of you that we had to leave early. Really, Annie, it's okay. Are you feeling alright? I'm just a little lightheaded. I'm sure it was just the excitement. I'll be fine after a nice cup of tea and a lie down. Of course, we can put the kettle on as soon as we get home. Right, Sputtenbutts?
Yeah, of course. Don't worry about a thing.
What did I do to deserve such wonderful house guests? Thank you both. It's really giving me whiplash between those two.
Maggie heads upstairs to lie down while you and Fern enter the kitchen.
I'm a bit worried about Annie.
Oh my gosh, a resub from the Gazebo Kids.
Gay, homosexual, gay.
Yeah.
Gay, homosexual, gay. Thank you so much for resubscribing. How are you doing, Gazebo Kids? I think she's downplaying how bad she feels. I saw her hands shaking a little at the picnic and she kept rubbing her temple.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. But I overheard a few people saying that their friends or neighbors had come down with something.
Magic flu. Yeah, I'm convinced it is connected to whatever is going on in the forest.
Whatever's going on in the forest, whatever's going on with that weird fucking mayor.
Who now has the stuff from the forest because they took it to her.
Yeah, but I'm interested because like her motivation seems to have something to do with creating some kind of like controlled society where everyone's like contributing what she wants them to, but then how would it help to give them like a magic flu? Like
interesting.
Yeah, so things are happening.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Got some McNuggies.
Oh, that sounds good.
Exciting. Oh, now I want vegan junk food. Can I afford to get myself takeout tonight? We'll see.
That's why Rio was missing. She's home resting too. Oh no. They got the hot one first.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's hot, but...
What can we do?
Nothing really. If there's a flu going around, we'll just have to get through it. Let's try and make Annie happy by making sure everything's taken care of.
Are these guys vaccinated? Do they have access to the flu shot? Like...
In there, well, we're not like in the past.
No, but like,
where, like they will surely have like access to medical services, right?
needs met within the village. Do they have like an apothecary?
Oh, right. I don't know. It's a good question, actually. I'm sure that they have like a hospital or something around, right?
Or like access to one. Fern sets the kettle to boil and leans on the countertop.
In all the hurry to get home, I totally forgot to say, congratulations!
Flu shots aren't perfect, that's true. They just put like 4 of the most common strains from the last like 7 years in there and hope that it does something.
Yeah.
Fern looks towards the creature nesting in your arms.
Also, I have a feeling it's probably something more dangerous or weird or magical than the flu.
Yeah. Yeah, the guesswork. They're just like, well, we'll pick these ones and put it in a vaccine and hope.
We shouldn't be shooting the flu, we should be engaging in meaningful debate. Wow, so true. Dialogue. What about the peace process? Have you named them?
His name is Hedge.
How cute. Did we ask Hedge their gender?
No. I don't know if we have a way of communicating with Hedge, given that we gave Hedge a name instead of asking what their name was.
I can't believe that we assigned Hedge a name and gender.
Yeah, everyone else has been they, theming Hedge, and we've been he, himing.
I know, that is so not Slay of us.
The kettle finishes its boiling, and Fern begins to pour the water into a cup. She places a tea bag into the boiling water to steep, and placing everything onto a tray, including a little jug of milk, she heads for the kitchen door. I would not make a cup of tea like that.
No.
No. Pour water onto tea bag.
Wait, so she poured the boiling water and then she steeped the tea bag in the boiling water?
Yeah, so she like filled the mug and then like dipped the tea bag in, presumably?
What the fuck, Fern?
That's gonna take so much longer.
What is wrong with you, Fern? It's because she's American. Which I decided. Sorry guys, I once again ate a Starburst at the worst possible time. I'll take this up to Annie and then I have some studying to do. Do you want to sit in here and read together?
Yeah, I think I need to look up how to care for my familiar.
That feeling when you're minding your own business and then suddenly you have a pet raven. I'm sure I can help with that. Oh yeah, she has that little friend, right?
Little spirit friend. Yeah, if it's green tea, that's the right way to do it. But she said there's milk. So I doubt it's green tea. Unless she is committing a different tea-related sin.
If she's making, like, breakfast tea, then that's bad shit.
Yeah. You while away the afternoon, flicking through books with Fern. I've done the same thing. You make notes on how to care for your new pet. Maggie does not emerge for dinner. By the time you're putting away your freshly cleaned dishes, you can tell Fern is getting worried. You reassure her before heading up to your rooms. You make Hedge a makeshift perch with spare towels and blankets inside a large cardboard box before you tuck yourself into bed. Sleep comes easily as the exhaustion of the day sets in. Hopefully no more nightmares. Brilliant bookworm. Getting so many achievements. A few days have passed since the picnic. The townsfolk have been suffering with the ramifications of the cold that seems to be spreading through the village. You have come to Ares for your lessons as usual.
So, today I thought we could move on with your training. I think we have the floating feather thing pretty much wrapped up.
Even though I totally blew it at the picnic?
You summoned a familiar. I hardly think that that's a bad outcome.
I keep trying to remind everyone I didn't mean to do that.
Your magic is very instinctive. It responds to your needs more than your wants. Interesting. You needed help and comfort, and your magic provided that. Plus, we've seen you perform the spell multiple times now perfectly. I can safely say you've passed this portion of your training. Yay!
Yeah, just because we couldn't do it in front of a crowd doesn't mean that we can't do it.
Yeah, also we did something pretty fucking cool instead, even if we didn't mean to do it.
We have a bird now.
Yeah. I definitely think that there's I think that in this game in particular, there's definitely a mental health, allegory with the magic that's happening.
I guess, even if I can only do it when we're practicing here, it's been getting a little boring.
Exactly. So, time to delve into some magic more specific to your school.
Woo! Wait, are we starting divination magic?
Yay! I thought you'd enjoy something more challenging.
So, am I going to be reading the futures today?
Well, not quite. I thought we could start with something more in line with your magic. Your magic is responsive and instinctive, so I've got something for you to try that will really suit.
Pendulum? Harry lays out 3 items on the table in front of you. A black pen, a coffee mug, and a hair scrunchie.
Also, you were doing it after 1 week of training, lol. Yeah,
yeah.
True. I want you to use your magic to tell me who these items belong to. Each item is from someone you know in town. Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
Reach out with your magic to see if you can feel the energy and history of these items. Focus on one item at a time.
You look at the items and decide to choose... Scrounge.
I don't really mind.
No. Scrunchy. Can I touch them?
Of course.
You reach for the hair accessories. You turn it over in your hands. It's very light and made with silk.
Try not to use your eyes to see, but your magic. You are focusing on looking at the item when you should be trying to access it with your assess it with your power.
You close your eyes and reach for your magic. You have been practicing this in your spare time. Hours spent in your room trying not to panic when you call for your magic have begun to pay off. It still feels like a storm twisting and turning inside you, but the fear is no longer paralyzing. It's easier to call the power forward. You project it down your arms and your fingertips light up with a faint glow. As soon as your magic connects with the scrunchie, you get a small shock like static.
What do you feel?
You focus on the scrunchie's history capitalized. What does that mean?
The scrunchy histories is like a comic book version of historical events where all of the protagonists are scrunchies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the way that Mouse and like BoJack Horseman have like animals instead of people.
Yes.
But like this is scrunchies instead of people.
Ah, I see.
That's what
the scrunchie's history.
The scrunchie's history. Yeah.
You focus on the scrunchie. You think about what it is used for. For work.
Really? Go on, follow that feeling.
Your power buzzes around you. You imagine tying back your hair, brushing it up above your head and out of your eyes. In your mind, you can feel determination, wiping the sweat off your brow, focusing on the task at hand.
It helps them think to tie their hair back while they work or study. Okay, Violet, what's her face? From Baudelaire? You know, from Series of Unfortunate Events? I'm thinking like Sisterhood of the Traveling
I was
Scrunchie
thinking
or
that
Heathers.
too. I was thinking Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh, it is also a big plot thing in Heathers.
Is it?
So, yeah.
I still have not seen it.
I will never shut up again. Sorry, song from the Heathers soundtrack. Amazing. Okay, do you know who it is?
I think it's...
I took your line.
I think it's Theo.
I also think it's Theo, yeah.
Although I can't imagine him using a scrunchie. An elastic maybe, but... Theo. Is it Theo? Oh.
Not quite, but very good guess.
Oh.
That's okay, you were spot on with sensing the energy of the object. It does belong to someone who is determined and works hard. It actually belongs to Fern. She ties her hair back when she's at work or studying. You did really well to figure that out. I didn't.
No.
They're giving us credit for
a vibe.
Yeah.
You feel excited to have tried divination magic for the first time. Something pulls at your fingers and you look down to see them still alight with power. The pen on the table shakes before flying into your hand.
What are you doing, Butts McButts?
I don't know. The pen in your hand starts to move of its own accord. What is happening?
Sorry, I watched an off-Broadway bootleg of the Heathers musical the other day, and damn, the song slap. Right? The soundtrack is so fucking good. Like, a friend of mine asked me if I maybe want to see Heathers again for my birthday, and I was like, yeah, I would watch it a third time. Heathers the musical is fucking amazing.
What is happening?
What do you feel? Ooh, that's new.
You focus and close your eyes. An image comes to you. Ari disappears from view, although you can still feel them beside you. You are sat at a desk in a dark room. You are scribing away in a notebook. I'm in an office. I'm writing notes.
Here you go. Take this.
You feel Ari push something under your hands to realize it's some type of paper.
Just let the vision happen. Relax your wrist. Let the pen write.
You see your hands writing away, only they aren't your hands. They are pale and slender with silver rings and manicured nails.
Melody?
This is giving me Verona.
Mare.
Yeah, Mayor Verona. A noise startles you at the door of the office. You look up. Only it's too far away to see, and the vision is blurry. A tall, shadowy figure stands in the doorframe, but you can't make out any details.
The vision vanishes. Sorry.
Sorry. The vision vanishes, and you are back in the room with Ari, clasping the papers in your hand.
This color scheme is very merry, you're right, Charlotte. Look, you wrote down something.
You look at the scribbles across the page. Some of the words are nothing more than wiggly lines and are too hard to read, but 3 words stand out to you. Sickness, power, and fault line.
Okay. It was a vision, wasn't it?
I think so. I've never had anything like that happen before.
Incredible. I've only ever seen one person have vision so strong that they could recapture a moment in time. My mother is the only other oracle I've seen whose power is that strong. Incredible. You must have still been open to a connection for your magic to show you such a vision. This pen belongs to Mayor Verona. You called it. It let you see a glimpse into her world.
Drama! She was focused on her writing, but the vision stopped when something interrupted her. Someone in the doorway, but I couldn't make out details. It was fuzzy.
That can happen. We don't get a clear view. The edges of a memory or event can be harder to see. Objects and images closer to the person we are connected to are clearer.
Like the Polaroid sequences in Life is Strange.
I was just thinking
Yeah,
that.
we are like confined to what the picture shows.
Game Assist bingo. We managed to bring up Life is Strange.
We talked about Life is Strange.
We went an hour and a half without bringing up Life is Strange. That's impressive.
Incredible. New record. What do these words mean?
Well, let's see. Sickness, she could have been writing about the flu in town. Power, well, that could be anything. And fault lines, well, there are magical lines that run through town. Natural magic deep in the earth. Most of them lead to the forest where the crystals grow.
New personal best on not bringing up Life is Strange. We need a Life is Strange emote. We don't have enough slots for another emote, so if you want a Life is Strange emote, then people need to subscribe.
What do we need to get
I think we
more
need
slots?
15 sub points for a new emote.
Okay.
I mean, it used to be a lot worse because that was before Twitch did the thing where they were like, you can have 5 slots for free. But yeah, now if we want more emote slots, we have to get more subscribers.
Fair enough. Sad face.
Sad.
Natural magic grows deep in the earth. Oh, I already read this. It's the mayor's job to watch over the town. Maybe she was noting a report from Theo or some ideas for later. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe she was plotting.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you just did was brilliant. You should be really proud. We still need to work on some exercises to help you control your power, but you are definitely getting the hang of it. It's amazing how much of a natural you are at this. Have you had visions before?
No, never. Suddenly you think about the dreams you had when you first arrived in town.
Tell them.
Tell them, it's important.
Yeah.
Actually, do dreams count? When I first arrived, I had these nightmares about something in the forest.
It could be your subconscious worrying. I wouldn't be surprised after that goo we found in the forest.
This was before that.
Really? Can you tell me the details of the dream?
You explain walking through a dark forest in your dream and seeing a horrifying creature in the woods.
Maybe you were seeing a vision. It's incredible to think you had a prophecy about the forest, and days later we find the goop.
Goop. So, you think they are connected?
It just makes me think of
Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah. That was the idea.
They could be. Should we take a break and get a drink in the cafe?
Sure.
I know, I'm sorry to invoke the name of Gwyneth Paltrow.
You make your way to the counter to order. Rhiannon is behind the counter, wiping down the sides.
I'm sorry, the name Rhiannon just makes me think of Fleetwood Mac. Like, every time I read it, I'm like, Rhiannon. That's my Stevie Nicks voice. No, it's not. I'm sorry, Stevie Nicks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Stevie Nicks. I love and respect you.
She turns and smiles when she sees you both emerge from the back room.
Hey, Butts McButts, what can I get for you today?
Same as last time, please.
I think Rhiannon's gonna be a Valley girl as well. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
But she looks like she could live in LA.
Yeah.
And drink a pumpkin spice latte every day.
Yeah.
No problem. Coming right up. Rhiannon witch coded. I think specifically as well of, have you seen season 3 of American Horror Story, Coven?
I have seen bits and bobs of it.
Yeah, it's obviously very like memed and
Yeah.
stuff. But
And my friends and my sister were into it, but I've never watched it.
yeah, it's not good.
No.
But there's like this bizarre bit where Stevie Nicks shows up at one point because apparently Stevie Nicks is a witch and she performs Rhiannon, I think. And there's this whole like montage of the witches doing stuff and Stevie Nicks is playing Rhiannon on the piano, and also Stevie Nicks is witch coded.
Did you watch the, I don't know which season of American Horror Story, it was like one of the most recent ones where they like brought back a load of characters from other places?
I have not. I've seen that that's a thing though.
Because I watched it and it was the most confusing and like Ryan Murphy applauding himself show I have ever seen.
Yeah, no, American Horror Story is objectively bad.
Yeah.
I watched like a few seasons of it, a long time ago, and then like I rewatched some of them and I was like, actually this really sucks.
Yeah.
Especially because it's super racist and
Yeah.
super disablist and everything.
There are so many issues with it.
Yeah. I told her to take some extra days off, but she wouldn't have it. Because I feel fine now. I told you it was just a cold. Lasted a few days and now I'm fine.
Abolish the Ryan Murphy industrial complex.
So true.
Yes.
Because he also made that fucking Ted Bundy thing.
Is that why Evan Peters is in it?
Is
That's
it Ted
not-
Bundy?
That's not no. Ted Bundy is the
It's one of those like white guy serial killers.
the Dahmer one.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
just came out
That's
with
the
Evan
one.
Peters in it.
That's Ryan Murphy as
What?
well.
But like he also made Pose, right?
Yeah.
Which I haven't watched, but I've heard good things about.
Well,
but
I haven't seen like loads of Pose. I saw a few episodes. My controversial take is that I actually don't think it's that good.
that's fair.
I think that by the standards of Ryan Murphy, it's like better, but I think that it's like all of the black, like queer actors that are good in it, but like the actual show is not like amazing, and some of the plot lines, especially like Evan Peters is in it.
I was gonna
And-
say, why does Ryan Murphy love Evan Peters so much?
Because he's a white gay man. Like Ryan Murphy is like it very much like encapsulates everything that is wrong with white gay men, I feel. And one of them is like, one of the plot lines in Pose is basically like, I don't know, it just centers like the perspective of this white man who's like got his little nuclear family, and then on the side he like likes to fuck like a black trans woman.
Yeah,
And-
I've seen like clips of that storyline, and I've been like, this feels bad.
I don't like it. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I didn't really watch on. Like, it wasn't bad, but it made me really uncomfortable, that plotline especially.
Yeah.
And then, like, besides from that, it was, like, it was fine, but I didn't think it was, like, as amazing in terms of, like, the writing and the story.
Yeah.
I do think that the actors who are in it should be hyped up, because they are really good. But, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Most
Play
of
in
my
the game.
Most of my knowledge of Pose comes from watching the Netflix documentary about trans people in
Yeah.
film, which I have seen 3 times because
Yeah.
I love it so much, and also it just has a lot of valuable information in it.
How is Maggie doing?
She's doing a little better, but not quite back to perfect. I think it really took a toll on her.
Sounds like COVID to me.
Yep.
I'll put together a tea blend for her. You should take it back with you.
Thanks, Ari.
Rhea, take a break with Buzz McButts if you want. Okay. Cheers. I'll just get our drinks and then I'll join you, Buzz McButts.
You take a seat at one of the tables as Rhea and Ari work behind the counter. It's not long before Rhiannon joins you at the table.
How are lessons going? I mean, they're not going terrible.
No. I'm not sure feels appropriate.
To what the character is
Yeah.
going through,
I feel like things are just happening and Ari's like, this is great, and we're like, but I didn't do anything.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not sure it feels true to what our character is experiencing.
I feel like Ari is Tuxedo Mask and we are Usagi, and Ari's like, my work here is done, and Usagi's like, you didn't do anything, and he's just like, leaves. I'm not sure. I don't really know. We moved on to divination magic today, but I still feel like I'm not in control.
I know when I first performed illusion magic, it was the best feeling ever. Like, it was something I was always meant to do. I'm sure it will come to you. Enough about your magic. How's life going?
It's good. I feel like I know the town a little better. I'm still getting into a routine, but it's all starting to feel more normal.
You've been hanging out with Ari a lot. How are things between you?
Good. I mean, they are a really good teacher.
Sure, but I get the feeling you like them. Am I right?
Sure, they're great.
Ugh, you're really not getting what I'm hinting at, are you?
Not really.
You and Ari would make a really cute couple.
Oh. You consider this for a second. Only friends.
Yeah.
Because it's not that we're not looking for a relationship.
Because we are.
Yeah.
Because we are definitely
Yeah.
looking for a relationship.
We're just not looking for a relationship with them.
Yeah, because, again...
Don't fuck your teacher.
Yeah, would be open to it in a different playthrough, but they are our teacher, so no.
Only friends. I didn't really come to Witcherly to look for love, but I
No.
do like them as a friend. That's not what I said!
No! Take it from someone who knows them quite well. They are the best and most loyal friend. You made a good choice with your friendship. I'm sure they appreciate you as much as you appreciate them. Well, thanks for sitting and gossiping with me, Butts McButts. I've got to go get back to work.
Rhea stands and clears the empty cups from the table.
Are you heading home, Butts McButts?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, don't forget to take this basket for Maggie.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, I think Chickpea wants out.
Oh, Chippy. Chippy, Chippy.
I hear her scratching.
Chippy need pee-pee.
The pooch swing. Oh, the pooch swing.
Will do. Thanks, Ari. Sorry, I got very confused because the bitrate is saying we're offline.
Are we online? Guys?
Guys? Guys? Are we here?
Hello? You're live.
Okay.
Online. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
It's just because we had a brief issue at the beginning of stream. You see Rhea at the counter give you a thumbs up. Sounds great. Alright, I'll get this to Maggie.
Bye, Butts McButts. Also, Rhea would date you.
Yeah.
You are interested? Are you interested in dating? Because I would be interested in dating.
Back at home, Maggie sits at the kitchen table, looking better than she has in weeks, drinking some of the freshly delivered tea from Ari. Fern watches Maggie carefully, as if she might break at any moment.
I'm not about to keel over just yet, Fern. Stop staring at me. Are you sure you're feeling better? Yes. Like I told you, over a week of bed rest has got me going stir crazy. If I have to miss one more book club meeting, I'll go insane.
It's a mood.
Plus, I think everyone who came down with the flu is better, right? It just took me a little longer. I hate to admit it, but maybe my age is catching up with me. Well, yeah, I guess everyone else is better. Sorry for worrying. That's my job. You two just focus on your studies and not causing trouble.
Maggie reaches across the table and squeezes both Fern's in your hands, reassuringly, before she continues sipping her tea.
Everything is going to be just fine. It was a cold, not the end of the world.
That feels ominous.
Loading. What's loading, huh?
The end of the world. A strange noise pierces the night. You sit bolt upright in bed. Pale moonlight streams into your room as you rub the sleep from your eyes. Was it a dream that woke you? A clattering noise from outside startles you. I can't hear the music, but is it tonally inappropriate?
Oh, can you not hear the music?
It's like very quiet.
Oh, okay. It's just like little like soft guitar vibes. Is that...
Oh yeah, I can kind of hear it. Definitely not a dream. You rush to the window just in time to see an ominous black shape moving through the street.
Great.
Casual. That shape. You've seen it before in your nightmares. The large humanoid with horns and claws. You grab a jacket and race to find shoes. You creep down the stairs from your room into the hallway.
This is making me think of that TikTok sound, which I know you're not really on TikTok, so you might not. But it's basically like people do like little edits of their cats doing stupid faces to it, but the sound is like Belial, Behemoth, Beelzebub,
I do know that.
Asmodeus, Satanas, Lucifer.
Incredible. You make it onto the street in just enough time to see the silhouette of the creature moving down the street, knocking over some bins outside a shop as it goes. You rush after it on the high street just as it rounds another corner out of sight.
Oh my god,
Jammies!
look at their jammies. Butts McButts? Was that you making that noise?
Ari is standing in the doorway to their shop, yawning. You think of the creature staggering through the streets, getting further away, and decide to...
Tell them?
I mean, maybe, but I'm worried that we're gonna lose it.
That's fair. But I feel like we could do with some help.
Yeah, we probably can't handle it alone.
Yeah, because we don't know what we're up
We
against.
don't know what we're doing. Tell. There isn't time to explain in detail, but I'm following something.
At this time of night?
They begin to close the door behind them as they step into the street. I have to keep moving, I'm going to lose it.
Well, you aren't going alone. I'll go with you. Thank God that they just were like, yeah, I'll go along with this.
Together you rush down the street. You scan the area quickly but see no sign of the creature.
What are we doing, Butts McButts?
Ari looks concerned.
Explain.
Explain. We don't want to make this romantic by accident.
I also feel like in this situation, the thing to do that is actually helpful is to explain the situation.
We need to hurry. There is something I need to see. That's not explaining. Oh, okay. I've been having these nightmares with a strange creature in them. I thought they were just my nerves about moving here. We already told you about this. But tonight I saw the creature. I really saw it. I need to know what is going on.
Lead the way. I'll follow.
They look like a woe.
Oh?
They squeeze your hand and you both make your way down the street. You lead them in the direction the creature was moving. You make your way through the streets. There is no sign of the creature. You start to feel a sense of hopelessness. You were sure you didn't dream it this time.
Ugh, what is that?
Ari grabs your shoulder as they almost overbalance. They are looking down at their feet. You look at what they're staring at.
Goop.
A dark puddle of the black slime coats the ground and now the bottom of Ari's slippers.
A dark puddle of Gwyneth Paltrow. No, that's the twist.
It's Gwyneth
The evil magic goop is Gwyneth Paltrow. She has reached her final form.
She has become goop.
She is become goop. Oh no, this can't be good. We have to find this creature then. If it's somehow connected to this goop. I'm saying goop. For, the continuity. We need to know how.
Let's go then, we are on the right track. Look out for more of that black stuff.
Butts McButts, I think it's heading towards the forest. I can't wait to see Gwyneth Paltrow as an enormous flesh monster. Like a Resident Evil final boss.
Oh my god.
And then, like, the boss title in all caps with her health bars. Like,
yeah.
Gwyneth. Anyway.
Gwyneth, final form. You reach the edge of the forest. The trees look larger and more menacing in the darkness.
I've never been in the forest at night.
You hesitate, thinking of all the warnings Theo has given you about the dangers of the forest. A scraping sound too far away to see the source comes out of the darkness.
Well, I guess we should follow that sound?
You nod. You make your way carefully through the trees, watching for the winding roots and uneven ground, taking each step slowly. You raise a hand to stop Ari just as you see a shape looming in the distance. Ari sees it too and lets out a gasp.
The silhouette is very Princess Mononoke.
The creature begins to turn in your direction. Ari grabs you and pulls you toward the ground. Crouching, you both hide behind the trunk of the tree nearest to you. Oh my god. It's then that you see the full horror of the creature.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, I don't know why, like, in my brain, I was imagining this to be, like, the mare had some sort of shape-shifting disease, and so it was just going to be, like, her head where the skull is. And she's, like, right.
That would be horrific.
Yeah. So this is, like, kind of normal.
This is totally fine.
Yeah. Its face is the bare skull of a deer with large pointed antlers protruding upwards. Looks kissable to me, indeed. Its body is lean and sinew, dark-furred and tall. Its arms are too long for its body as they swing at its side, each one ending in a large hand with curved claws.
I don't know. Its arms look pretty proportionate to me.
Mm.
Because your arms are supposed to end like halfway down your thighs, right?
Yeah. Because your wingspan is like the same as your height.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks in proportion.
Literally just
The
looks like a guy.
The shoulders are a bit of an issue, but other than that,
yeah, it just looks like a guy.
a bit malnourished, but somehow has a six-pack.
Yeah.
Classic. It's a male model realness.
Oh my god.
You can feel Ari shaking beside you as they try to slow their breathing. It's stomping ever closer, panting and sniffing, trying to find your scent, letting out breaths that dissipate into steam in the cold night air.
It's, you know what it is? It's an Elliot Page body. That like...
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. That like, it's like a skinny person's body, but then there's a six-pack
Yeah.
that feels at odds.
A noise in the other direction gets its attention, what sounds like low growling coming from the tree line. You risk a look, moving your head out to see. A large black dog with glowing eyes is staring down the creature, fangs bared.
Aww.
A black shuck.
What is it doing?
Theo said they are very protective, territorial even. Maybe it's angry at the creature.
I'm
Does
not
Chippy
sure
want
if
to come back in?
Yeah,
Or is she just having a poo?
I don't know. I felt like maybe I could hear her at the door. I'm
Yeah.
gonna check.
I could hear scritching, but I didn't know if it was litter scritching.
Let's see. Hey, little girl. Hey, little Pete.
Meow. Meow.
Oh, you did a nice fresh stinky little poo, didn't you?
Oh no! Stinky lady! Mooflower has redeemed Show Us a Cat.
Well, I have a cat in hand. Oh, you smell so bad. You smell
Oh,
so
stinky
bad.
baby! Oh, she is so stinky.
Oh, you smell so bad. You smell so bad. Say hello, chickpea. Oh, you're so smelly.
Hi, Chippy. I've been here the whole time.
She's like, what are you doing here? So smelly. So smelly.
Extremely stinky.
Extremely smelly. Okay. Down you go. Okay, no, she didn't want back in. She wants back out. Oh,
No.
Make up your minds.
Oh, she's on the bed now.
Okay. Ooh, lick that ass. God. I love it when cats do that stupid position.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Where they sit with their ass out and like their legs in the air.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Stinky baby.
The hound's eyes glow brighter and red smoke streams from them as it growls deeply
Aw.
in its throat.
What a cute little dog.
Protective doggo. You take another glance at the creature, who is now closing in on the large dog.
Oh my
Rawr.
God, look at its
Rawr.
I had a second where I didn't realize that its like fingers were curved over, and I was like, "That's what its hands look like," because I thought they were just really short, round
looks
little
like it's
fingers.
Cheese grommet.
It's kind of giving like, you know, when Birdo
Yes.
does her little
Yeah.
little
I mean, I have my manicure, so I can do
do
manicure
that.
hands. I don't know if see it,
Rawr.
but I have spooky nails.
Spoopy.
Oh, spoopy, spoopy.
Spoopy. What'd you get on them?
I've got like some slime. I got a tiny ghost
Oh,
on my little fingies. I got some moons, some
those are cute.
spidey webs.
They're very, very cute.
The creature takes a swipe at the shuck, knocking it sideways. The hound yelps. No! The creature makes a move to claw down on the dog again.
Maybe we should take this as our chance to run. Stay and help.
Stay and help.
I want to help the dog.
Help the dog. Oh my god, a timed interaction. We can't. We have to try and help.
I don't know what we can do to help here. They have a point.
Yeah.
But also, I want to help the dog.
Yeah. You take Ari's hand and squeeze to reassure. They smile weakly at you. Neither do I. But we have to try something.
You're right. Let's do it.
You stand determined, grabbing a large, broken-off tree branch from the forest floor.
Butts McButts, please be careful.
You begin to step out from the tree you've been hidden behind.
Oh my god, look at Theo's jammy. I can't believe that Theo does the, half-tucked.
He's French-tucked his pajamas.
So extra. Butts McButts, Ari, stay back. I've got this.
Theo comes striding out of one side of the clearing.
I knew something was wrong. My wards went off. You've done well, but I'll take it from here.
We've just sat there. The two of you crouch behind a tree trunk. Theo raises his hands and they begin to glow with green energy. The creature turns in his direction and begins to charge. Theo throws a disc of green light towards it, hitting the creature in the chest. Oof! It stumbles backwards.
Incredible sound effect.
It just looks like it's like, owie. Then it raises its own hands and you watch as the black ichor begins to run down its arms. Oh, that's what...
The black Gwyneth.
The black Gwyneth. It flings the goop at Theo, who raises a green light shield just in time. The black liquid falls to the ground, sliding off Theo's shield. Where it hits the ground, the plants begin to shrivel and darken. It's like the withering in Genshin Impact. Theo sends another bolt towards the creature, hitting it square in the jaw. Where's it gone? It rights itself before turning on its heels and rushing into the woods. Theo takes a few running steps as if he intends to chase after it, when suddenly a whimper from the tree line makes him stop. The black shuck is laying at the base of the tree. Blood stains its dark fur. Oh no, it got scratched. You step out from behind the tree to get a better look. Ari steps forward with you. The shuck lets out a low growl as it sees it's surrounded.
Move very slowly. Is it safe to go near it? I'll be honest, I'm not sure, but I need to get a better look at its injury, so it's the only option. I feel like now I'm doing the, Stanzi Potenza voice when they... Do you know who Stanzi Potenza is? They're, a TikToker who does, skits, and some of their skits are, everyone thinks they're in an anime.
I think is this the... They did one about, going to hell.
Yeah, they do a bunch of those as well.
They post them on YouTube, so I've seen them on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, I follow them on TikTok and see them on TikTok, but so they have a series where everyone thinks they're an anime character, and they do these voices that are dubbed anime voices.
Oh my god!
So now I feel like I'm doing this Stanzi Potenza dubbed anime voice of I'm the main character in shonen anime.
Yeah,
that's Theo's voice now. I've got it.
You decide to help or stay back. This is not our area of expertise, so I feel like maybe staying back.
Potentially, yeah.
I feel like it could be a too many cooks situation, and also this dog is very territorial.
Yeah, and it did say that the dog feels like it's surrounded.
Yeah.
So maybe staying back is a good idea.
You stay back, waiting and watching to see what Theo will do. He carefully rips the lower part of his pajama leg to create a strip of fabric.
I need to bandage that cut on his front leg. I need one of you to help distract him. Butts McButts, will you help?
You step forward carefully.
Come round here and just talk to him softly.
Following Theo's instructions, you make your way slowly towards the large dog who is nursing his front paw. Who's a good boy then? Are you going to let us help? The black shuck tilts its head slightly. The growling stops.
Good boy. I think he likes you. Keep going.
Who's the best boy? Theo reaches for the dog's front paw and begins to bandage the wound. As Theo bandages up the front leg of the black shuck, it begins to relax.
Pet
the shuck. You reach your hand out and carefully place it on the shuck's head. The fur is surprisingly soft beneath your fingers. It pushes its large head against the palm of your hand, demanding more vigorous scratches behind the ears. Yes. Stancy's serial killer ones. I've seen the serial killer ones as well. Yeah. Ari moves closer to stand beside you.
You're a natural.
Thanks, Ari.
There we go. That should hold for a little while.
Theo stands slowly, inspecting his work. Without warning, the large creature stands, testing the weight on its injured paw, and finding it stable, he turns and bounds into the woods.
Well, I don't think we'll be getting a thank you card anytime soon. I don't think I'll be able to track the other creature in the dark. We should get you both back to town.
I couldn't agree more. I am very ready to leave this forest.
Theo motions with his head, nodding in the direction you should head. Just before leaving the clearing, you turn to look back in the direction that the black shuck ran in. You're not sure if it's your imagination or your eyes in the dim light, but you can just make out two dark shapes with glowing red eyes watching from between the trees.
Good boys.
Good boys. Theo gets you back to town without incident. The street is quiet in the early hours of the morning.
So, time to explain what you were both doing in the woods with that creature.
I've been having dreams since the day I arrived. That creature appears in them, but I'd never seen it in real life before tonight.
You were having premonitions? Why didn't you tell anyone?
We tried to ask you about creatures with horns in the woods and you didn't pick up on it.
Yeah. Butts McButts is still learning about the ins and outs of divination. I'm sure they just thought these were normal dreams. It can be very hard to tell.
You're right, Ari. I'm sorry. Butts McButts, please continue.
Well, I thought I was still dreaming when a noise woke me up, but when I looked out the window, the creature was making its way through town.
So, you followed it?
I wanted to know what it was.
Are you saying you wouldn't have done the same?
I'm trained in dealing with magical creatures, and my school is abjuration, literally the most defensive magic, meaning I am in a much better position to be dealing with this than you.
It's the voice. His voice is very similar to the bassist in Scott Pilgrim, who's like, I'm a vegan, which means I'm like this many times better than you are. Chicken isn't vegan.
Stop! It's the vegan police.
Yeah, the anime voice is actually perfect. Thank you. Having a lot of fun with these stupid voices.
You are both very lucky.
I don't think it was luck. The black shuck protected us. It got in the creature's way and distracted it from us.
Well, I'm still glad neither of you got hurt.
Did you see that it can make stuff come out of its hands?
That was very worrying. But now we know where is the goop coming from. That answers one question.
It raises several others, too.
Can you not be happy for like 1 second of your life, Theo?
No, he can't. Theo is Mr. Serious.
Oh my god.
I have to report this to the mayor. No!
Don't do that. Shouldn't.
Theo shouldn't tell the mayor.
Do not tell the mayor.
Do not. I'm not sure you should tell the mayor. Bro needs to take it down a notch, he really does.
For real. I hope that we get some kind of like magical creature or like fairy at some point so I can do the other anime voice.
Is it a sort of like, Sasuke, no!
Because I don't feel like any of the characters fit that.
No.
But if we met like a fairy or something, then I would do like a...
I could do my best Paimon impression.
Yeah.
Which is just being the most annoying shit you can.
But Traveler!
Yeah.
Why not?
Is this about that vision you had the other day?
I don't know, I just have this feeling.
She is the leader of our town.
Sorry, the voice is perfect.
This is pretty important. If you know something, now is the time to say.
I don't know for sure. It might be nothing.
I'm gonna take this to her, but if you think something's wrong, I'll keep an eye on her and see how she reacts to the news.
Okay, thanks for not completely dismissing it, I guess.
Thanks, Theo.
I know it's only a street away, But be careful getting home. We don't know where that thing went.
The other direction.
How much do you think anime dub voice actors get paid?
I'm not sure. Because part of me thinks that probably not much, given that the same actor is usually playing a lot of different characters in a lot of different anime at the same time.
Yeah.
Which makes me think they need to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Maybe more of that will come out of the, like, Crunchyroll.
Girl.
She can't make her mind up.
Honestly.
The, like, Crunchyroll dub situation that's happening currently that Evelyn mentioned.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Wow.
okay, I'll let you out.
Off you go, stinky lady.
She is so vocal.
She is.
Mm.
The cat documentary on Netflix said that apparently, like, meowing is something that cats developed after becoming domesticated by humans, because they're trying to mimic the sound of a baby.
Yeah.
So when cats meow, they're literally being like, I am baby.
And when they talk back to you, it's a sign that they see you as part of their, like, group. Because cats are very individual, but they, like, whenever Beans comes in from being outside, he will meow to be like, I'm home.
Yeah.
Which is blessed. About the anime voice actors thing, a YouTuber I watch, who used to be a lawyer, has also done some voice acting in anime.
That's amazing.
I get the vibe that he wasn't paid that much from it.
Yeah.
Now he opens Pokemon cards on the internet.
Yeah. I feel like voice actors probably don't get paid that much, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. I think we both need to catch up on some sleep. You said it.
Ari walks you the whole way back to the potion shop. They stop outside the front door of the house. They reach over and squeeze your hand.
I'm really glad you didn't get hurt.
Ari pulls you in for a hug.
Next time we should plan ahead and take some backup with us before we run after a fearsome monster.
They let go of you and smile before waving and starting back towards their shop.
Good night. There's also a lot of issues with voice actors with animated movies. Rather than hire VAs, studios want celebrities.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Like, about the fact that the new Super Mario movie, like, they've had a guy voicing Mario for, like, years and years and years. It's always been the same guy. And instead of hiring him, they hired the Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
The trailer looked pretty sick, though.
I haven't actually seen it yet, but I have seen the memes of people being like, it sounds like Linda from Bob's Burgers.
Who does?
Like Chris Pratt's Mario.
It's just his voice. It's just his
Yeah,
voice.
but with like a diet
Is a bit
Boston
Linda.
accent.
Yeah. But, like, Jack Black as Bowser is an incredible casting choice.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly.
I need to watch it. The animation does look cool from the one clip that I saw.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't look like the first Sonic trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chris Pratt.
Hate that guy.
Yeah. Charlie Day as Toad seems to be a good choice as well. But I like Charlie Day quite a lot, so. You make your way up to your room just as the sky begins to take on a golden glow as the sun starts to rise. You slide beneath the covers and fall into a dreamless sleep for the first time in a long time. Maybe the monster got from your dreams out into the real world.
Maybe. I feel a sneeze potentially coming on.
I am prepared for sniz. You find yourself sitting in the kitchen the next morning. Dreamless sleep, wish that were me.
Yeah, for real. What's that like?
It's late in the day, almost lunchtime, and you woke up late due to the excitement of last night. You made yourself breakfast, ate it, and cleared up after yourself, and still no one has appeared. Fern is normally a late sleeper, but not this late. You make your way up to the hallway and stop at the door to Fern's room. Fern, are you awake?
1 sec.
You hear some shuffling and then footsteps on the hardwood floor.
Oh my god.
Cute jammies!
Morning, Butts McButts.
She opens the door slowly and peeks out. You hate to be critical, but Fern looks terrible. She looks like she barely slept.
I do love that they've included her sleeping in a head wrap. I know, I feel terrible. I bet I look horrid.
Lie, tell her, or soften the blow. I mean, I don't want to be like, you look like trash, but
No.
it would be mean to be like, you look fine.
Yeah, because she'll be able to tell that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I would say soften the blow.
Yeah. Well, you've been under a lot of stress lately. It's understandable you'd feel tired, but I promise you don't look that bad. I'm sure if we get a caffeinated beverage in you, you'll be fine.
Thanks, you're probably right. I need a coffee, a shower, and an early night tonight. I have a terrible headache. I hope I'm not coming down with that cold that was going around. Tell you what, I'll get ready and meet you downstairs. I'm sure Annie can fix us some soup. That always makes me feel better. Sorry, I'm really trying the vocal fry.
You go back to the kitchen and fill the kettle with water and set it to boil. Just as you finish pouring a coffee for Fern, she comes into the kitchen.
Getting real Marmista vibes from
Oh,
the moment.
yes!
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's the highest of compliments.
She yawns and reaches for the coffee, taking a big swig.
Where is Annie? Did she go out already?
I haven't seen her yet today. Fern heads straight back out. You rush after her. She tears through the house to the door you know leads to Maggie's room.
I am Sierra, Princess of the Oceans.
Sierra. She doesn't bother to knock. She opens the door and you both peek in. And Maggie's also wearing a head bag. I don't know if they have a name.
I think that there is potentially a name for those, but I don't know.
They're like silky shower cap type things. That aren't shower caps. Bonnet. That is the word. Maggie is lying in bed under the covers. The curtains are still drawn and the room is very quiet. I am concerned.
Aunt Maggie!
Fern rushes towards the bed.
Oh, Fern, please don't shout. My head aches.
Annie, are you okay?
I think I'm sick again. The headaches are back and I feel very tired.
That's it. I'm calling the doctor.
Okay, there is a doctor.
I hate to be a bother, but I think that would be best. Would you mind if I just rested today?
Of course not. Butts McButts and I are gonna call the doctor and we will let you sleep until he's here. We were just gonna study today anyway. Come on, let's leave Annie to rest.
Fern and you head back down to the kitchen where Fern calls for the town doctor.
I guess now we wait.
You spend what feels like the longest 15 minutes waiting in silence. Fern sits at the kitchen table, tapping one hand on the edge of the table nervously. The doctor arrives and Fern takes them to Maggie. It's barely any time before the doctor is back in the hallway talking to Fern. You can't help but overhear. It's the same all over town. I've made several house calls this morning.
And they are all the same as Annie?
Same symptoms, headaches, fatigue, dizziness, but most importantly, loss of magical ability. Oof. We are doing everything we can. I've sent samples to colleagues in other towns, some with more expertise in magical diseases than me. We should have answers soon. Until then, bed rest and plenty of fluids. The voices get fainter as they get nearer the front door. Fern comes back from seeing the doctor out, looking somber.
Loads of people are sick. Butts McButts, I'm worried. The doctor says he was at Ari's this morning. I would understand if you wanted to go check on them. They're all alone at the cafe. Rhea is homesick again.
I think I will go check on them.
I'll stay here with Annie. Be careful. I am sad that we haven't had that much melody content.
Yeah. I mean, replayability
Yeah.
to just get to pick melody. When you arrive at Ares, you find them suffering the same affliction as the rest of the town. They rub at their temples and blink a little at how bright the sunlight is.
I kind of hope that... I don't know, I kind of get the feeling that it seems like the romance is only an option with, like, your teacher. Which I don't love. But... I'm sorry I'm not feeling fantastic today, Butts McButts. I'm sure that creature has something to do with the sickness. Speaking of sickness, when did you start having these dreams about the creature?
Just after I arrived. I had one the night before the picnic and one again before I woke up last night.
Right, and when did people start getting sick?
You think it's connected?
It's a theory. We don't have too many solid leads.
Ari's eyes drift to the large book they have left on the coffee table.
Oh, I almost forgot about this. I pulled it out last night when I got home. I think I read something in here a long time ago about magicians who summon monsters to do their bidding. Let them continue?
Yeah. Ari begins to flick through the pages.
Normally, spirits are called from the ethereal plane. It takes a combination of the magician's magic and the spirit's own will to materialize into a realm.
So that's like the little dragon friend that Fern had.
It's beneficial for both the magician and spirit, and at any time a spirit can refuse or leave. But this magic...
They turn the book so you can see the page they have stopped on.
This ties the creature into a binding, unable to resist the order of its master.
The page gives no description on the process, only a warning that if a magician were to attempt a binding without being powerful enough, the creature would consume them.
Consent. Consent is key.
Versus coercion. It would drain them of all magic and cause the life to wither away from the magician.
They have to be very powerful, otherwise the ritual would have failed.
And who is very powerful in the town? Mayor Verona. Oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa. I think we both know who our top suspect is.
The mayor.
I don't know how involved she is with whatever's going on, but she's definitely up to something.
Surely she can see people are falling sick.
Exactly, but here's the problem. We have no idea why she's doing this.
Yeah, no motive.
Maybe she's just covering for someone, trying to keep the town calm. I hope she's not too involved in this.
We need to figure out what she is hoping to achieve.
It's also going to be hard to just outright accuse her of anything.
We need evidence.
We can't exactly walk into her office and demand some solid proof that she's up to no good. I also know that she's got wards up all around the edges of the house to alert for intruders. I don't think either of us has enough practice disabling magical alarms to even attempt it.
What do we do then?
It's a little foolish, but it's the only thing I can think to do.
What?
We are going to have to watch her every move.
So we're just going to wait for her to do something bad and then act?
If you have a better idea...
At your lack of a response, Ari continues.
I'm still drained from last night, and your magic is wildly unpredictable. We are hardly a match for her head-on. We just need evidence, and then I'm sure we can convince the town to back us up. Right, let's go.
It's a bit Life is Strange True Colours.
I was just thinking that. I was like, are we gonna have to, like, convince the town council to...
You find yourself outside the mayor's house. Ari pulls you down behind a wall. A large hedgerow grows along it so that you can slip in between it and the wall. It's cramped and you both have to pull your knees up to your chest to sit down shoulder to shoulder.
This could be kind of fun, right?
We can't see anything.
That's what this is for.
Ari pulls a perfect sphere of clear glass out of their pocket. Ari closes their eyes and their hands glow with cool blue light. The crystal ball glows and swirls with a bluish fog before it clears.
We need to be close by to focus it, but this will show us what she's up to.
Ari holds it up so you can both see. It shows the mayor's silhouette. She's sitting at her desk in her office on the top floor.
Now we wait.
The minutes tick by. You can feel Ari fidgeting with the edge of their cardigan. They let out a sigh. I guess ask, yeah, if we're like reading the body language that something is up.
Yeah. Interesting that she forces everyone to be pigeonholed into a particular kind of magic so they're less likely to be able to get through the various wards and stuff. Aha! That is a very good point.
Yeah. The only person who has mentioned having wards is Theo.
Mm-hmm.
Ask what's wrong. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just...
Ari looks away from you. You can tell they want to say something. Oh no.
I'm confused that the mayor would be involved in this. If she is, I'm disappointed in her. Why is she doing this? Look at how many people are getting sick. Why would she want this?
I've been here even less time than you. I don't know why she's doing what she's doing.
There is part of me that hopes that we're wrong, that hopes we don't find anything. I've not been hugely involved in town meetings and such. They tend to be more Melody's thing. But from what I know, the mayor, most people like her. Not that that means very much, really. I didn't see anything in any of my readings either. There must be a lot of effort going into concealing this.
We will figure it out.
I know we will.
Ari smiles at your show of optimism.
I'm just worried for the town. They really love Verona. They will be devastated when they find out. The town had a big problem a few years back with accepting outsiders. Melody, Fern and I all had a little trouble when we first moved into town. Interesting. It's taken hard work on Melody's part. Fern has had to win people over and I've had to keep my head down and try not to scare people with my premonitions. Can't help but notice that they're all
Marginalized
people of color. Yeah.
And all trans. In Melody's
Oh wait,
situation.
did they mention Melody?
Yeah. It's taken hard work on Melody's part.
Oh, okay. I think.
Yeah. It was Melody, Fern, and Ari.
Oh, I thought that they said Maggie. That's my bad. Yeah, all marginalized people. So that's interesting. This is really going to shake the town's confidence. They welcomed Verona with open arms due to having grown up here and her reputation around the world. What's her reputation around the world?
That she's powerful, I guess, I think.
I hope this doesn't make them turn on the rest of us. I don't really love any of these.
No.
Because I feel like so, and that's what you're worried about, feel maybe a bit dismissive.
Yeah.
But also I'm sure they won't feel as dismissive in a different way.
Yeah, I was thinking just that.
I guess it depends on the tone of that's what you're worried about, but
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you want to go for?
I feel like that one might... If we read it as like... Are you, like, is there anything else you would like to tell me?
Yeah.
Because I don't like this and I don't like this
Yeah,
at all.
fingers crossed that that's how this comes across. And it's not like that's what you're worried about.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
You let out a little laugh. Ari looks shocked, almost hurt. That's what you're worried about?
Ah, shit!
Where's our rewind ability?
Honestly. I know it's silly. The mayor of our town is up to some crazy magic stuff. People are falling ill all around us and we have no proof of any of it. And this is what I'm worried about. What people think of us. I know I shouldn't be, but I spent my entire life until I moved here dealing with other people's opinions of me.
Do go on. It's natural to wonder about what our peers think of us. You have to remember that it doesn't define you.
I know I shouldn't worry, but I even wonder about what Melody and my other friends might think. Will the mayor's betrayal make us question each other's loyalty? I've seen how quickly people can turn on one another.
Ari, you're a great friend to Melody, and I hope it's okay to say, but you've been a great friend to me. I mean this in the nicest way. You are not in control of how other people see you. People make their own minds up, and it's not your job to make everyone like you. They either will or they won't. I can't speak for anyone else, but I'll be here for you.
Thanks, Butts McButts. I just needed to hear that from a friend.
At that moment, movement from the image on the crystal ball alerts the both of you.
Look.
The mayor is moving around her office. You squint to try and see what she is doing.
Is she wearing a hat?
Oh my gosh.
She's wearing a witch's hat. There is something in her hand.
You look at where Ari is pointing. The mayor is holding something glowing. It emanates a strange light. She slips it into somewhere you can't see clearly. You track her movements as she leaves sight of her office window, and watch her as she moves downstairs past a window on the bottom floor, heading for the front door.
I hope we haven't been spotted.
You both stand slipping out from behind the bushes. The mayor has stepped out of her house and is rifling through a stack of paper as she walks towards the gate. Ari starts to walk away, trying to look casual. You hear the gate clink open from behind you.
Oh my god, this outfit.
The titties, the corset on a normal day.
Honestly.
Ari, is that you? And Butts McButts, do you have a second? Ari freezes before slowly turning around to face the mayor. You follow their lead.
Good day to you, Verona. Out for a walk, are we?
Mayoral duties, actually. Here an invite to a ball I'm throwing this weekend. The mayor hands over one of what had looked like a stack of papers as you realise it's another elegant envelope with a wax seal.
A ball? But what about all the sick?
We need something to cheer us up, something to bring us all together as a town. What if the invite's black wax seal has some of the ichor in it?
Maybe. Maybe people are getting infected with the tiny bit of Gwyneth Paltrow that has been used to seal their legs.
Yeah. You can't be serious. A party at a time like this. Deadly serious, Butts McButts. As the town's leadership, it's my role to provide a brief respite from the misfortunes that have befallen our little village. This seems irresponsible.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, everyone's getting sick, so let's throw a super spreader event.
Sound familiar?
You look at Ari in disbelief. This is...
a brilliant idea, Mayor Verona. You know how much we all love an excuse to get together. We will be there.
Ari hooks their arm into your elbow and begins to steer you back towards home. Run away! You rush back to the cafe, not saying a word.
You were probably wondering what that was about, right? Why I told the mayor a ball was a marvellous idea.
I just thought you were, didn't have a spine.
Verona hosts formal events like balls and banquets inside her manor house.
Okay, fair. It's a way of getting inside.
The wards will be down. This could be our chance to find some real evidence. Smart.
That's a very big brain. Is this about my ichor thing?
I think so.
Because we will already be inside.
Exactly. Time to start planning.
On how to get to her office, right?
We need backup too. I don't think we can do this alone.
Who do we ask?
I might be biased, but I think Melody could be a good choice.
Yes, I was going to suggest Melody.
She uses transfiguration magic. I think she should give us some insight if anything seems off at the ball. She will be able to spot if something's been magically changed or hidden. Let's get them on our side before the ball.
Agreed.
Butts McButts, I really hope we can solve this.
Hello.
Hello.
We are showing a very reluctant cat.
Show a cat has been redeemed, so I have a cat. Look, her little legs. Her little legs when she puts them out like that and crosses them when I hold her like a baby.
So polite.
You're a little lady. A little lady. Hi, Chickpea. Say hello to your fans.
What is the Midnight Club about, Charlotte?
She is a lady.
She is a lady.
A little lady. Only the best for this little lady.
A little baby.
What, the Midnight Club? Are people talking about something called the Midnight Club?
Yeah, Charlotte said she's been watching it. It's a good way of discussing terminal illness for teens.
Rockabye chickpea.
About a group of terminally ill teens in a hospice.
She's dissociating.
She's accepted her fate.
Okay. Okay, I'll put you down now. Thank you for coming on camera.
Zoom! No, okay.
She's confused. She'll probably go back on the bed in a second.
Yeah. They meet up every midnight and tell each other scary stories. Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting. I've watched a few episodes. I started this show called The OA. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yes.
Yeah?
I've seen the first season, and me and Bug has seen the second season. I've started the second season. It is good.
It's
a lot,
interesting. Though. It's very interesting. Yeah, I've definitely been taking it in bits because
I was wondering what you settled on.
No, I started watching it a while back, and I've only seen a few episodes because I'm watching it with one of my housemates. And we just haven't managed to match up enough to watch it together. But the theme about near-death experiences and stuff in it is quite interesting. I've only seen 3 episodes or something so far though.
It is weird and goes some places.
Yeah, it certainly is, but it's captured my attention. No, I settled on yesterday I wanted to order pizza and watch some TV, and I settled on continuing Killing Eve because I'd started watching Killing Eve, and I think I'd parked it partway through season 2 for some reason. But I am really enjoying it. Yeah,
I might need to hook my laptop up to my TV tonight because I've just been watching a lot of Pokemon YouTube videos, but I have Tokyo Mew 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 to catch up on, and I have The Owl House to catch up on.
It feels a bit real for me at the moment, but that's kind of weirdly how I felt about watching BoJack Horseman recently, because I watched a bit of it a long time ago, and I think at that time it was too much for me. It was too triggering, and especially because I was actively an alcoholic at that time, actively drinking. But now watching it, it's still very emotional obviously, but it felt very manageable to me, and there was a weird part of it that felt, I don't know, maybe from watching from the position of doing a lot of work to get sober and get help and things like that. It felt especially I think because of where it goes in the final season and how it kind of concludes things, it felt weirdly I feel they try and in the end kind of tell an interesting narrative about healing, but also taking accountability for your actions and how you've hurt people, and and stuff. And I think that the way that they conclude that's really interesting. I think especially when I first watched it and there wasn't a final season yet, it just felt hopeless. Yeah,
I feel I didn't know that it finished, so that is good to know, because when I say it's too much for me, I tried it probably back in 2015, 2016. Yeah. Height of the bad times.
Yeah.
TM. I'd started to seek help, but it was very much the beginning of my journey, and so trying to watch that, it just felt this show is just highlighting all the things I'm already thinking and feeling about myself, and I don't want that from a cartoon.
I get that. That's how I felt as well.
But it might be something that I can actually go back to now.
If you want
appreciate
to,
better. I feel everyone says it's so good.
It is. I have with everything, nothing's perfect. I definitely have things that I think are interesting to critique about BoJack, but overall it's genuinely it's brilliant.
Yeah. And it's so rare that you find adult cartoons that are.
Yeah.
I think one of the only other ones is Tuca and Bertie, and that's
I think it's produced by the same people.
I think yeah, there's definitely like people who worked on both.
I think my controversial take is that I prefer Tuca and Bertie because as much as I love Bojack is very much about like a rich white man who is an addict and does a lot of really terrible things, but I think the show does a good job of being like yes, he's hurting and he's in pain and that's part of the reason why, but also like part of the way that he hurts people is like being a rich white man abusing his power.
Yeah.
And I think that as fantastic as BoJack is and like how interesting it is in terms of how it explores some of those issues, I do watch it and think like there are certain things about BoJack himself as a character that I like, you know, relate to, but at the end of the day I don't like deeply relate to BoJack because of a lot of reasons. And I do kind of watch BoJack and think like this show isn't for me.
Yeah.
Whereas Tuca and Bertie, because it's like the perspective of like two women who are coded as women of color.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking just that as well. Like, yeah.
Dealing with like, you know, trauma from sexual assault and like anxiety and things like that.
Yeah.
Like when I watched Tuca and Bertie, I felt like this is like a show for me.
Like precarious work situations and
yeah.
managing working class life and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think my controversial opinion is that Tuca and Bertie is better than BoJack Horseman.
I also enjoy the surrealism of Tuca and Bertie because,
Yeah.
like, as an Adventure Time fan, I've got to love it when stuff gets weird.
Yeah, they stuff kind of gets weird in BoJack, but not as much as it does in Tuca and Bertie, I think. I love that
When
kind of
is
stuff
season
too.
2 coming out? Because I know Adult Swim bought it.
I haven't seen it, but I think it has.
Has it?
Potentially.
Okay, I need to find it then.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, we've been rambling for a while. So we should probably play the game.
The weekend of the ball arrives. Also, I'm sorry that you have that experience, Evelyn.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Most of the town has recovered from their illness, but everyone is still wary and the mood is sour. The mayor has been making a show of acting like nothing is wrong. I love it when leaders do that. It's my favourite. You're waiting for Ari to come out so you can walk over to the manor together. Ari steps out of the cafe and joins you on the sidewalk.
They look so good. Look at this outfit.
Are they going to a Ren fair?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I love that about it.
The colour palette is very good. Midnight vibes.
Amazing. The gold accents really make it. They look great versus they look beautiful is interesting.
For like gender affirming reasons, I want to say beautiful, but I feel like that's the romance coded answer.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I feel like great is like neutral, both in a gender sense and in a like implication sense.
Yeah. This is a sleigh. If there was a fourth option that was just this is a sleigh,
then
that would be the answer.
Where's the sleigh button?
Can we get a sleigh DLC, please? They look great.
Yeah.
You look great, Ari.
Thank you, Butts McButts. You look amazing too. We're wearing the same outfit that we always wear.
I mean, it's a great outfit.
One of my favorite things about like games is buying my silly little clothes and customizing my silly little character. I love games where you can do that.
It's the one downside of Genshin.
The one
Yes, the one downside of the player experience of Genshin. You know, aside from all of the racism and all the shit that's going on with the Sumeru storyline, there's a lot. I've been just screen capping things to save for when I have time to process it.
Yeah, I am sure. I have to admit, I'm feeling a little nervous about tonight. I'm loving this plot line of we're kind of being like sneaky little detectives, like finding out. I'm such a sucker for that.
We're being gay Nancy Drew.
I am such a sucker for that. I shouldn't admit that. Anyway, we should get going. Melody is going to meet us inside.
It had taken some convincing to get Melody to go along with your plan. She found it hard to believe the mayor could be involved in something that would put the townsfolk in danger. It was Ari who had finally convinced her to help, agreeing that if you couldn't find any evidence, you'd leave the investigation alone.
I know we have to save the day and all, but I really can't wait for you to see the ballroom. It's actually quite fun to attend these things. You know, when people aren't in danger. I gotta wonder if they're like... I can't tell if they're winding down to like the end of like an act.
Or the end of the game.
Or the end of the game,
Yeah.
yeah.
You head off in the direction of the manor.
Because I do often feel when I play visual novels, they end up being shorter than I thought they would be.
Mm.
But, are you ready for this?
Dun, 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 dun.
Are you ready?
Ready! Ooh, pretty. You enter the manor and follow the crowds of people all heading towards the ballroom.
I can't believe that Ari is the same theme as the ballroom.
The room is huge, lit by gold ornate lamps that frame the room. One side of the ballroom is lined with huge windows that overlook the manor's gardens. Harry smiles slyly at the look on your face as you take in the spectacle.
I knew you'd like it. We should get a refreshment over there and look for Melody. We can see the whole room from over here.
They take your hand and lead you towards a table filled with drinks. You spot Melody leaning against the wall near the drinks. She's chatting happily to Rhea. She still looks a little unwell, but you are happy to see her back on her feet.
Melody, Rhea.
Incredible!
I am gay.
Melody spots you both and beckons you over as soon as she hears Ari call her name.
Darlings, you look quite exquisite.
Oh, she has a voice now.
I don't know. Darlings. Does anyone want a drink? I'll grab them.
You're not at work.
Rhea, you're not at work. You don't have to do that.
The slaying continues in chat.
Slay. Well, I want one, so I'm off to the bar. I'll catch you later. Wow, Rhea is like the hottest side character in
That's gay.
existence.
That's gay.
Butts McButts. Save me a dance, okay?
I want there to be a secret route where you can date Rhiannon.
Yeah, please. Please.
Like in Arcade Spirits, you have the 6 main characters, but you can actually date your best friend who's like the 7th secret storyline. I don't really know how to do it, but you can. I need to play the second one. Is that? Oh yeah, it's International Lesbian Day today.
Oh, I always forget about this one.
I saw-
I remember the one in April. but I always
The
forget
week,
this one.
yeah. I saw a post about it, but the post that I saw was from Pink News, so I was like, ugh.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Lesbian Day.
Lesbiab. Women.
Tell a lesbian you love her. Are you ready for, well, I don't have a code name for this operation. I can be that lesbian, by the way.
Lesbiab. We love you.
Thanks. Thank
On
you.
this day of lesbiabs.
Thank you.
Ew, Pink News. Yeah.
Are you ready for, well, I don't have a code name for this operation.
Codename Goop.
Codename Liberate Gwyneth Paltrow.
From herself.
Operation Pointless for when we don't find anything. Wait, no, that's gonna be. I'm gonna do like a old Hollywood like Mia Farrow type. That's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna go for. We can work on it.
Maybe she can be the Boston.
She could be. Melody rolls her eyes.
Oh, sorry. Melody
Oh,
rolls her
sorry.
eyes.
I
Is
took
that,
your
is
line
that some
again.
gay tea?
Pride
LGBT.
LGBT.
We gotta sip that LGBT.
I love
That's
you guys too. Mwah.
Good combo of emotes.
Yeah. So, I know I'm keeping a lookout for you when you head to Verona's office, but do you have any sort of plan for how you're going to do this?
The screen just goes black and white every time she speaks.
Well, we know the office is upstairs. We need to get there without being spotted, and then we need to unlock the mayor's office and sneak inside. Then we need to find whatever she hid. That's not a plan. That's a rough outline. Look, I can use transfiguration magic to throw the reflection of an empty hallway up, and I'll keep lookout on the landing. But after that, it's up to you two. We can do this, Melody. I promise we will find something.
On this day of lesbians, please donate to MAP in honor of lesbians.
In honor of lesbians. There are lesbians in Palestine. They need your help.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we agreeing or disagreeing?
I don't know. I think it was that we got this.
We got this. Yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yeah. Melody is a Virgo, I just know.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
Of course we can. We've got each other, right? As long as we're careful and look out for one another, we can do this.
We're all in this together. Okay. Your optimism gives me hope. We can absolutely do this.
The room quietens suddenly. Oh no.
Look, Verona is heading to make her welcome speech. We should sneak out now. I'd say it's time to go.
You quietly follow, weaving through the crowd. Before you leave the ballroom, you see the mayor standing up at the podium. Welcome, distinguished guests. I welcome you into my home tonight to celebrate and come together as a town. I feel for those who could not be with us tonight, but we will drink, dance, and revel on behalf of them, for I am sure they would not wish us to dwell in our sorrow.
Okay, this is giving. I feel like this is now the fourth time we've done it today. So, but this is giving the vibes of throwing a Vortex Club party, even though Kim's just trying to kill herself.
Yeah, it's also very some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
Let us raise a glass. You don't catch the last of her speech as you creep out of the ballroom and up the stairs to the second floor landing. Melody ushers you forward towards the door to Verona's office. She waits at the top of the stairs and begins to make hand motions, and pink light flares at her fingers.
Keep going. Follow Ari. I'll be here to distract anyone who comes this way.
So true, Vortex Party vibes. Yep. You make your way up to where Ari is inspecting the door handle.
We need to open this lock.
You suggest... My brain immediately was like, kick the door down. But we should probably try and use magic.
Probably use magic, yeah.
If we want to be sneaky.
Mm.
We should use magic to open it.
You should try. Your magic is very instinctive, remember?
Okay, here goes nothing. I feel like a raven could have been useful here.
Yeah, possibly. I feel like Hedge has not really made much of an appearance.
No, it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
You close your eyes and focus on the lock of the door. Something tugs at the tips of your fingers. You feel like you're grasping at an invisible thread. You wrap your hand around the invisible thread and pull back on it. The door gives a distinct click. You push down on the handle and the door swings inwards.
Nice.
We did it! Who needs a lockpick? You creep into the office. Now what?
I can do this bit.
They call forth their magic and hold their hands out in front of them like they're searching the air for something. Ari walks over to one side of the mayor's office and begins to tap a panel in the wall.
Mm. I can feel an energy behind here. I believe it's a false panel.
They knock on it with their knuckles and you hear that it's hollow. They begin to run their fingers around the edge of the panel.
I can't find an opening.
As they say this, you hear voices outside. They are distant, but you both freeze. You can't make out what is being said, but you can hear Melody's sweet, melodic voice. Ari's eyes go wide.
Someone is coming.
I'm expecting a, what is it called? Time...
Oh, timed event.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we should
QTE.
keep an eye out for that.
You look at the trinkets lining the shelves and grab a horn of some kind.
Okay.
You take the point and stick it behind one of the corners of the panel and begin to use it as leverage to pry the panel open.
She'll know we've been here. If she finds us here, she'll know we've been here. I mean,
yes.
A very good point.
Oh, I think that was maybe meant to be me. But there was a glitch, as in, like, she'll know we've been here because we're leaving evidence, but, like, if she literally walks in and sees us in here, then she'll know we've been here, so, like, we need to do this quickly to leave. But it did say it was Ari, but it...
Okay,
I
get you.
Ari grabs what looks like a letter opener off the desk and tries to help. You hear a thud from outside. With a crack, the panel breaks off the wall to reveal a crystal lying on a shelf. Footsteps are getting closer. The office door flies open, revealing the mayor standing there. Where is Melody? Don't worry, she's just taking a little nap. Oh no!
No!
A look of anger flares in the mayor's eyes. I wouldn't touch that if I were you. Ari lunges for the crystal. Ooh. The holding position, you were correct.
It really, really is
It's
diverse.
As they move, the mare throws a bolt of grey light streaking from her hands. The room spins and you feel your body lurch forward. Oh no! Oh no! When you open your eyes, you are no longer in the mansion but in the forest. Really, you should know better than to ignore me. Now look at what you've gone and done. You look over at Ari, who is holding onto the crystal. They look pale. You watch as it begins to change colour from a vibrant pink to a dark swirling grey. The black light shine from within it. Ari, drop it! At the sound of your voice, they seem to jolt awake. Ari throws the crystal away from themselves onto the floor where it rolls before coming to a stop a few feet away from you. So silly. I told you not to touch it. I have altered the crystals of this forest to collect magic. Tell me, Ari, how do you feel? Did you not see this coming?
Ooh. Ooh.
Ah!
Thank you, Evelyn, for donating £5 to MAP. Well, I didn't catch the little message.
It said something about Lesbiab Day.
Yeah. Thank you for donating in honor of lesbians. We really, really appreciate that.
Yes, that was incredible seeing the Miku.
Yeah.
We are 10% of the way to our goal.
Yay! I think we can definitely make that before the end of the year.
Hopefully if I sort my computer out and can do some more streams as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and stream a bit more now that I still have quite a bit of work to do on the video essay, but like one of the things that was getting me is that I needed to try to finish Metal Gear Solid 5, and it's such a long fucking game, but I think I've finally finished the story. So I need to try and finish Resident Evil 5 because I got stuck on the final boss battle. But yeah, no, I think I'll pick up Dragon Age Origins again soon.
Nice. I want to get back on streaming, but yeah, my PC was just not having it. So after figuring out what's up with my PC, but also getting a 25-meter Ethernet cable at some point.
Damn.
And somehow stringing it from my office to the router, which lives under the TV in the other room. Hopefully I'll have a more stable internet connection. We'll see. It might have just been that night that it was playing up. But who knows? I want to come back with Splatoon. I want to see what's going on in the post-apocalypticon. I hope all the Palestinian lesbians have a good day today.
Me too.
Me too. Ari closes their eyes and throws their hands up, the way you have seen them do many times before. But no blue light appears. Nothing happens. What a pity. One of our most promising magicians too. That wasn't a deliberate typo. Oh, Lebians!
Libyans.
Oh well, I knew sacrifices would have to be made for my plan to succeed. Why are you doing this? An excellent question. I'm sure you are both aware that magic is dying out. It has been for centuries.
Finally some tonally appropriate music.
Yeah, it's kind of like spooky.
Yeah. Oh my god. Sorry, the words the British Isles.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Once the British Isles hosted magicians of all kinds. There were almost an equal number of magic users and not. Insert Lebanese lesbian joke. The witch hunt saw to the end of that. In the 1700s, our people signed a treaty with the crown to separate themselves and move to these secluded towns. But why should we have had to? We have always existed, but people fear what they cannot control.
What's the Bend It Like Beckham one as well? I think it's lesbian. I thought she was a Pisces or something like that.
I have travelled all over, and the story is the same. Magicians persecuted, hunted, and tried. And so we lived as outcasts and hid our powers, shared little of our gifts with the outside world, and like most things that get left unused over time, they fade. And our people grew weaker, and our creatures died out, and the entire magical ecosystem has been thrown out of balance. But what if I told you we could have it back, that I could fix it?
How? And why are magicians getting sick?
You say you want magicians to be strong again, and you are making them ill? It doesn't add up. Only the strongest of us will be able to keep our magic. Oh.
Eugenics!
Eugenics!
Magic eugenics!
It's fucking J.K. Rowling's storyline.
It
Magic
will-
eugenics Nazis.
And it's like she has the thing of like the villain having some points, and like she's mad about basically like the magic eugenics of like wiping out magic on the Isles to make way for like Christianity and blah blah blah, but then is like combating it with more magic eugenics.
It's never the way. We must drain the weaker of our community so that we can add it to our own power. Awful, terrible, bad.
Bad.
Only by allowing the strongest to cast will we be able to bring the powerful magic back. Well, surely this is, again, reducing the number of wizards. Like
Exactly.
Strong magic calls to strong magic. By casting the most ambitious of spells, we can recharge the crystals and in turn charge the land. The land gives back to the magicians.
How does the creature in the forest add up to this, I wonder?
I'm not sure. This also explains why she was so excited that we're very powerful.
Yeah, definitely. At the expense of people like Rhiannon, she's fallen ill several times during this ordeal. Are you saying her life is worth less than ours?
It is unfortunate. I consider Rhea an asset to the town, but if she's not strong enough to withstand a little draining, then what use is she?
Wow.
Just little a draining, as a treat. I thought you might understand, Ari. You are one of our most powerful magicians. The power of divination runs strong in your family, and yet people shun your truthful premonitions. Power will be honoured and revered in the new world. Ugh. You'll be looked at with respect rather than caution and fear. Ari, who is still pale, looks shaken at that. I could return your powers to you right now, if you help me. Witcherly is just the beginning. I'll take you all over the world. You'll see every corner of the globe, and we will recruit the strongest and smartest magicians to join our cause. And when our mission is complete, you would have your pick of places you could go. I'd let you live out your life in comfort wherever you like. What about you, Butts McButts? A life of power and freedom? I'll teach you anything you want to know. You could be one of the most talented magicians I've ever seen. With the right training.
Never. Let.
Yeah. I won't. I would never help you do this. That is a pity. You had real promise. Never mind. I have a contingency plan in case. Verona's hands spark light as she begins to mutter under her breath. A dark shape forms in front of your eyes as she summons the creature. My monster, my aberration, my dark servant. Hear me now and follow my command. Bring Butts McButts to me, that I may drain them of magic. The creature begins moving towards you.
I was gonna say she summons it and it's Gwyneth Paltrow. Now that would be terrifying. There has to be a better way, Verona. I will not let you harm my friend. We can find a way to make magicians strong again without harming the very people we are trying to protect.
You don't think I've looked? Do you think I like draining magicians? If there were another way, I would use it. You're hurting people. I'm draining them of magic. No one's died. But they could, right? If you keep going? It's a risk I'm willing to take. There it is.
There it is.
Some of you may die. The creature slashes out at Ari. Okay, so it's a sort of... Are we shielding or are we counter-attacking?
I would say shielding. I don't really know what the monster's deal is yet either.
Based on what we read in the book, I would say that the monster is here against its will.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wouldn't necessarily want to hurt it without needing to.
Oh,
you okay?
yeah, this
Oh,
chair.
is it the chair? I always used to get thrown off by that chair that you lean back in it too far and it like feels like you're gonna fall over, but it just has like a recline option. You raise your hands and call forth the raging storm inside of you. Your power comes easily as you throw your hands out towards Ari. A whirlwind swirls around it, pulling the creature back from Ari. I don't think so. She calls her own magic and aims in your direction. You see Ari leap towards you, reaching for the... Oh, pardon me. The creature on the ground. The crystal on the ground. If they touch the crystal any more than they already have, it could kill them. Oh my god.
Grab
it?
Yeah.
We're powerful. We can stand to lose them.
Yeah.
You push yourself forward and reach for the crystal, pulling it away from Ari's grasp as her fingers just miss it. Whose fingers are where?
Verona is the only she, her here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
based on
I was
that-
like, is this a typo or...
Butts McButts, the creature, use it on the creature.
The second the crystal is in your hand, you can feel it sapping away at your magic. You hurl it in the direction of the creature, who catches it in its hand. Just throw it at its head. No, you idiot! The creature roars. It takes the crystal and with shuddering steps moves towards the mayor. It presses the crystal to her, and you watch as she glows with a bright light.
It's draining her.
Yeah, I'm...
Let it.
I mean, at this point, I don't think she, like, you know... With great power comes great responsibility. She
I
does
kinda
not
want-
have responsibility.
No, and I kind of want revenge.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to just have a little bit of revenge. As a
Yeah,
treat.
you made my nice surrogate auntie sick and she couldn't make me soup. Yeah.
I'm the real victim here.
That's it.
I agree she should be stripped of her magic, but are you gonna let it kill her?
She would have let it kill us.
Stop moralizing to me.
It's National Lesbian Day. Revenge is deserved.
Yeah, let me just do a little revenge as a treat. you
Yeah.
know? I mean, in all seriousness, if we're gonna have like a serious
Discussion
about
killing her.
that, I think it's interesting that Ari said, I agree that she should be stripped of her magic. Like, because that is like a punishment.
Yeah.
For sure. And the fact that it's being like, you know, we should still punish her by stripping her of her magic, which is kind of like, but killing her is bad, you know, like
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of mimics some of the arguments in kind of like carceral justice, that like the death penalty is bad but other forms of punishment are okay, when it's
Yeah.
like punishment is not accountability. And like if we were looking at actual accountability, how could she like repair the damage that she's done and actually atone for her actions and not just punish her for the sake of punishing her?
Yeah, like, allow her to keep her magic, but, you know, use it to give back to the community.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know how you would go about doing that.
I have no idea.
this
But
situation.
that's, something that they could like work out as a community.
Yeah. And also, like, taking her magic away but letting her live will then make her a social outcast of this village. Where's she gonna go? It's a
Yeah.
village full of people with magic.
Yeah.
Like, she's still gonna have a shit time.
Yeah. So personally, if those are our options, then I don't really necessarily see either of those as morally like very good.
No.
So and in terms of like, I just want to have a little fun in playing this fictional story and have a little revenge as a treat.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was probably a good idea to
Yeah.
raise that, because that's the point of this chat.
Yeah. Listen to what we say, not what we do.
See the whole video essay that I made about
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Because like I did have a section in that video essay where I was like, I do feel like media which as emotional catharsis has like revenge of like oppressed people against their oppressors, then I think that in media revenge plot lines as emotional catharsis is fine, because like, you know, like you're allowed to kind of have that
Yeah.
emotional fulfillment. But
See the Perfection is a very good example of this.
yes, love that movie. But that's obviously different from like actually doing it in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that movie that I would not do in real life.
yeah, but just to have to justify that sometimes I just want revenge in my silly little story.
Yeah. You're right, but what can we do?
You can do this. Use your power to separate them.
To separate what?
I don't know.
You raise your hands again to call forth your magic. You can feel the fatigue of casting beginning to set in your arms. Feel heavy. Ari places a hand on your shoulder.
I believe in you.
You take a deep breath before aiming at the creature. You will your magic to separate it from the mare. They rip away from each other, and the creature turns to look at you. Verona falls to the ground unconscious. Oh, as in, like, so that it doesn't kill her. I have no quarrel with you.
You can talk.
I am unbound from this magician's control. It raises a long-clawed hand in the direction on the mare. I am free to do as I wish now. I may speak and act as I see fit to.
I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a guy. You can't kill her. And why not? Has she not caused you harm? Do you not wish to see her ended? I can understand this creature wanting revenge as well. I'm sorry that she bound you, but it's over now. She has no power and you are free.
Little creature.
Will you leave the town alone? I have no reason to stay. It was this witch who summoned me and bound me to her will. Will you leave the town alone? I will take my leave of you now. I will be taking this crystal with me too, as this magic is mine by right. But Ari's magic is in there. That is not my problem. With that, it raises a hand and vanishes into thin air.
Bye-bye.
Bye! I'm so sorry. Ari moves to stand beside you.
At least the town is safe. Even if it cost me my magic, I'm glad everyone is alive. If there is a way to get it back, I know we can find it. Together, after all. That's what friends are for.
I mean, you can still make a banging tea blend, like...
Yeah.
And divination, like, use tarot cards, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can still, like, do divination that's not, like, magic.
Yeah.
Can we go home now?
You nod.
Hey!
Ari ending too. Oh.
Interesting.
It's been a week since you uncovered the mayor's plan. Those who are taken ill have recovered. Some bounce back quicker than others, but most have regained some of their magic. All of them except Ari, whose magic has been taken along with the mayor's. You are waiting outside for Ari to open the cafe. The door swings open.
Sorry it took me a little longer to open this morning. I've been a little nervous about coming back to work. I've never had to work entirely by hand with no magic before. It's making some of the items on the menu completely unsavable.
Still no magic?
Nothing.
It hurt to accept the truth that Ari was without any powers. Ari had locked themselves in their rooms for 3 days. They didn't speak to anyone and the cafe remained shut for days.
I hope we find the answer to getting it back. I really do.
Of course, we will.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry for freezing you out. Losing my magic just hit me so hard.
I know. I won't lie, it hurt a little when you shut me out. I know you've always dealt with things on your own, but I was there if you needed me.
It's taken me so long to get people to accept my powers. Without them, I thought no one would want me. I shouldn't have put my walls up with you, though.
You deserve acceptance. You really do, and you deserve your magic. I hope we can get it back for you.
Thanks, Buds McBuds.
But you're more than just your magic, though.
Yeah.
Just then you hear voices. Ah, everyone's here.
Well, it is the ending.
Yeah.
You didn't think we would miss the grand reopening of the cafe now, did you? We are here to support you, Harry.
Thanks all. It means a lot that you would show up.
Oh, honey, we would never miss this. You're part of the family.
Even without my magic?
We love you, Harry, not your magic. We will always want you around. You are our friend. Magic doesn't change that.
You sound like Glinda the Good Witch.
That's the
Yeah.
I'm going for that, like...
Yeah. Or actually the original voice actor of Cinderella kind of had that vibe as well.
Yeah, I'm going for that, like, old
Yeah.
Hollywood voice.
It's very good.
There's a character in like late in BoJack Horseman who's like the whole shtick is that she does that voice all the time, and then at one point, one of the characters is like, "Why do you speak like that?"
Our doors are always open if you need us. I just want to go back to Kansas.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Butts with Butts, can you help me with something out back?
Of course. The candles burn low in the back room.
I
hope you both awkwardly begin to talk before realizing the other is speaking. You go first.
I wanted to say that I was wrong. I was so worried that you wouldn't want me around without my magic.
Of course I'd want to be around.
I see that now, but sometimes that little voice in the back of my brain tries to convince me that I'm not worth the effort. It's why I try so hard to be welcoming and helpful, so that people stay. But I realize now that when I'm with my friends, the little voice isn't so loud. I'm glad you're sticking around to help me try and get my powers back, and because you are one of my closest friends. Promise me we will try to find it.
Your magic? Of course, we're going to try.
No, happiness. Let's find happiness. My magic can be an added bonus if we can get it back. But until then, let's just live life to the fullest.
The sound of merriment from the cafe breaks through the contended silence.
Well, we should get back to the others.
You're not sure of what the future will bring or where your choices will take you next. The only thing to do now is keep looking forward to happy days ahead. Divination done.
Yay! We played through a route.
We did it!
Yay! I had a feel like it felt like it was winding down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, what did you think?
I liked it. It had its flaws, but I think it is very charming.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I am glad that we chose not to romance Ari. I do think I think that in my own time I'll probably replay this and try other routes.
Yeah.
Like, because I am interested to see other routes, but I wonder how different they'll be in terms of the overarching plot line will still be.
I was thinking that too.
Verona's, because I think that a game that does that really well, that I've been meaning to go back to for ages actually, and just not had the time to, is Wicked Willow, right?
Yeah.
Because in Wicked Willow it's you play through and you finish a route, but then because of the way that the story is designed, when you finish a route you actually haven't understood everything that's going on.
Yeah. It's meant to be replayed.
Yeah, which is something that I really like about it. I think with this one, I feel like the replayability would mostly be in getting to know the other characters, and but I wonder how different the endings are, except they're different characters and it's romance or not romance. I think that the thing with I do think that the thing with Verona was quite interesting, but I also think that the character work is a little, especially with her as a villain, I would want more, I think. A bit more meat to her and her motivations and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because she did feel just a bit
just stereotypical.
Yeah, just a textbook villain, really. But I do think that it was fun.
Yeah.
And charming, like you say. It was sweet. And I think that it does make a really it makes a good effort to be inclusive.
Yeah, definitely.
There are obviously things that we could say about in terms of pronouns. It could include near pronouns. You could have more than one pronoun option. But I feel for what it is, which is just a nice little time.
Yeah.
Playing a game that is pretty queer affirming.
Yeah.
It was nice. Yeah.
I'm interested to see more about Melody's story.
Yeah.
Just because I just am interested when there's trans characters, obviously.
Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in learning more about some of the other characters.
Yeah.
But I think that I feel when I was saying earlier that sometimes I feel visual novels often end a lot earlier than I think they will. I think that one of the problems is that I feel like sometimes the beginning of them, it feels like, oh, they've done, like, there's a lot of, like, threads and character work that's been started.
Yeah.
And then, usually because of, like, time, resource, like, various reasons that are very understandable, like, it kind of feels like the way that those threads are wrapped up and stuff kind of cuts it short.
Yeah.
You know, like, some of the stuff with the main character and, like, their, like, journey around, like, accepting their magic and, like, the trauma of that and stuff like that, like it doesn't really feel like concluded in a satisfying way.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, the beginning feels really fleshed out, and then the end kind of feels like it rushes to close things, and I don't think that that's just this one at all. I feel
No.
like I've played a lot of visual novels where I felt that way.
Yeah.
Which again, I think is what's so great about Wicked Willow, because I think it's very clever the way that they use the time travel conceit to encourage you to replay it, and then replaying it is learning more about the story. Like, I think that is so clever.
It's like a roguelike visual novel. And
Yeah.
it encourages replayability. I think something that this game could benefit from would be like additional stories, like set in the same world. Like, I feel like I want to spend more time with these characters, but not necessarily in a way that's like replaying that main plot over again. Trying to think of examples of like how that could be done. I don't know, I feel like we're not very far into Validate yet, but like each of the scenarios has felt different in like an interesting way. And like, so we're playing Anaya's route, and so we're learning more about Anaya, but we're also getting little snippets into other people's lives and other places in Jersey City that we may come back to later.
Yeah, and it makes you really want to, like, because I think it's, again, that's a really clever technique in Validate, that you're pointing out that, like, you play a certain character's route, but then you meet other characters who you know that you will be able to play as later on.
Yeah.
And from your interactions with them, you're like, oh, that's really interesting. I want to, like, learn more about this person and stuff. And that's done in a really interesting way. I think both of those are really good examples of visual novels that use clever techniques to encourage you to replay it. Whereas with this one, I feel like, yeah, I would replay it, but would it be largely the same story?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, because you'd kind of be like, oh, well, this just literally be exactly the same, but with a different, like, character.
Yeah. And I think some visual novels are like that, but like, because I think Arcade Spirits is kind of like that. It has an overarching plot that is not tied to the 6 characters that you can romance, because that is also a game where you don't have to romance anyone.
Yeah.
But I also believe it is slightly longer than this. Again, not entirely sure. I've got the
Sorry.
It's okay. I've got the sequel wishlisted on Steam, so I'm just waiting for that to go on sale, because I would quite like to play it on stream. I think it would be
Arcade
good.
Spirits. Yeah, that would be cool.
Like I've got the version of the original on PlayStation, but I'd like to play Arcade Spirits, the new challenges, which is like, because they've made improvements to the character creator and like gender stuff in it, and also it brings back some of the old characters from the first game. Yeah.
The Magic Journey felt a little rushed, and Discussions of Trauma felt a little surface level, maybe. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I wonder if other character choices do lead to different stories. Yeah, I think I would replay this because I'd be interested in seeing that. I think that I'm just assuming, because I have a feeling that is the case, but I would play it again to see, like, oh, like, do different choices, like, lead to, like, does the story change more?
Particularly if you chose, what's his name? If you chose Theo. Because he was, like, largely not present through that last bit, and was so intent on, like, telling the mayor about things that it would be interesting to see what his plan to uncover the truth would be. Because he also doesn't have... Him and Melody don't get along. So he wouldn't have that necessarily, or it would be harder to convince her.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you have like a character cast as well, you also want to lay these kind of like enticing nuggets of like how they relate to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we know that Theo and Melody don't get along, and we don't know why, and that could be interesting to learn more about. But like Melody and Ari's relationship isn't particularly like compelling that I would want to know more about that. And I don't necessarily know how the rest of the characters relate to each other either.
No.
Like in an interesting way. I think that like kind of like you were saying, that's one of the things that Validate does so well, because it gives you these very enticing nuggets of like character interaction that makes you want to learn more about these characters. Yeah. Like I do want to stress that like this is like nice, and I did have a good time with it. I think for what it is, it does just give you like a good time. But I think that it
was also all made by one person.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, that's important to point out as well. Yeah. Because I do think that the plotline with Verona could have been very just even more interesting.
Yeah.
And, like fleshed out.
I want to know more about the history of magic and like how people in other places are feeling, and there's a lot there that I feel like could be explored. Yeah,
completely good to point out, Charlotte, that the critiques are very much with the consideration that this was well done in general and amazing for one person. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think every time like we critique an indie game, like I like think that that's really important to keep in mind as well.
Yeah.
Because like holding indie games to the same standards is, and I think that that's why I wanted to bring up examples like Wicked Willow or Validate rather than like, you know, definitely. Yeah, no, I did really like it. I really enjoyed it, and I liked playing it on stream. I would definitely play it again and kind of see what the experience is like, and if it feels like it unfolds a bit more. And I definitely see what you're saying about like, I guess because stuff like the history of magic and stuff was like, oh, like that's interesting.
Yeah.
That, you know, if there was like another game in this world, or there was more content in this world, I'd definitely be interested.
Yeah,
in
like
that.
if something else came up, like just, you know, our character presumably continues to live in Witcherly.
Yeah.
What is life like later on? Do they face other issues? Who's the new mayor gonna be? Because presumably they wouldn't want someone who doesn't have magic to run the town.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. Also, speaking of Validate, when I was looking up some stuff to like do a thumbnail, I think, I found that there are articles on some on some websites really hating on it, like from back in the Kickstarter days.
Oh.
Like I found a website that I didn't know existed called Crappy Games Wiki, and it is a wiki dedicated to games that disappoint you because they're like not worth the money or like various things.
Off.
And then there was an article, or like, no, I think it was a YouTube video about Validate being racist.
What?
Towards white people.
No way! That is hilarious.
Yeah, because like this game has been on my radar for a while. Like I remember adding it to a list of things to look out for, because when it was in like Kickstarter stages, I was like, oh, that's cool, a really diverse cast of characters in this like awkward dating situation. And yeah, there's just some shit out there.
Wow. Like, that doesn't surprise me, but also it really sucks.
Yeah, it does really suck.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes a lot of online games criticism can come from this very like clickbaity negative place.
Yeah.
And I find it super ironic, because I feel like people always tell people like us who are like SJW, like whatever, that we're being negative. But
that we're ruining things for people.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not people like us who are genuinely doing that. It's people who make those kind of like sites or those kind of clickbaity YouTube videos that are like, this is why this game is really bad, and then the analysis isn't even meaningful.
Yeah.
And also I don't feel like we ever say really like this game is good or this game is bad, because that kind of thing is like, it's too oversimplifying.
Yeah.
Really. Like no media is perfect, but it's interesting to talk about like it's it's valuable and productive to like critique it in a constructive way.
Yeah. Like most, if not all, of the games we talk about, we critique them from a place of love.
Yes.
I say most rather than all because I'm thinking of Honey Pop in particular.
Yeah, and I definitely don't critique like David Cage from a place of love.
No, which like, but even with Honey Pop, it's like, I kind of love to hate it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I still watched playthroughs of it. Like,
Yeah,
I watched
no, I get you.
Markiplier play all of Double Date, even though I hated every second of it.
Yeah.
But I was like, there's some interesting stuff to be said here.
I think that's kind of how I feel about David Cage as well.
Mm.
I like have a copy of Heavy Rain that sometimes when I'm sad I just replay the beginning of Heavy Rain so I can laugh at it. Yeah, complaining and critiquing shows you care about.
And Danganronpa.
Yeah, Danganronpa is I
I need to get back on Danganronpa.
I watched a bit of Charlotte streaming it, and I haven't consumed any Danganronpa related content in like 7+ years, and I forgot how it is.
Yeah, like me and Bug started V3.
I've never played that or seen anything about it.
It's the only one that, because like Bug played 1 and 2. I am aware of it. I'm aware of Gundam Tanaka and Junko.
Yeah.
But like we've started playing V3 and it is interesting. I need to get more into it, but they are just like that. I mean, there's a whole like horrible gender situation in one of the old ones.
There's from I think Charlotte's been playing Danganronpa 2. There's definitely like fat phobia, there's like weird gender dynamics. But they're really interesting games, and I don't know.
We've had it like sort of in a folder, like on the Google Drive, that we're like, there must be something about Danganronpa that we can talk about.
Yeah. I feel like I'm I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
V2, the gender situation in V1 is a mess, but V2 is also messy in slightly different ways. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I don't know if I have much more to say in my, like, current rounding off thoughts. Do you?
No, I don't think I do either, other than just, like, thank you so much to Weirdrin for giving us the key to the game, and make sure you go follow them on social media. I think it was Sally's birthday yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
So like, just a really great addition to like queer visual novels, I think. Obviously we have our critiques, but we had a lot of fun playing it, and like, it's been really lovely. Yeah,
I think that it, like, what it is and what it does is just give you a nice, fun, gay little time, and I really appreciate that, and I think that anyone who contributes more of that to the world, like, we appreciate.
Yes.
So thoughts on video essay potential for Danganronpa? Yes, we'll definitely come back to that.
The vibes are immaculate indeed. 10 out of 10.
Alright, pals. Well, thank you so much for coming. Should we shout out once more and thank our resubs and our donations?
Yes, so thank you for
I think it was Charlotte first, right?
Resubs.
Yeah.
Charlotte and B Gazebo Kids. And thank you to Evelyn for the donation to Map. That link works when we're not live as well, guys, so just like share it around if you want. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you aren't already, remember to subscribe and hit that bell button to know when we upload next.
On screen, you can find this whole playlist for this Let's Play, and you can find a link to our latest video essay. If you like what you see, consider supporting us on Patreon. The link to our Patreon is in the description of every video.
Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, take care.